Hello, everyone, and welcome back to session 27 of Benighted, Tales of the Wishing Star. We are currently missing a Snak this week. Sick boy, but hopefully he will be back next week. As, really without too much to say, we'll get into a sparse recap. So, last time we left off, from memory, I believe you guys went to go investigate several brief matters, as heading from memory, heading from the Abbey, you guys had stopped by the Fletcher's nest, having a bit of a conversation. Really, I say Snak having, Ramin himself having a bit of a conversation the most with a literal chicken. A rooster, as you did a bit of preliminary investigation around the premises, noticing a sort of cockfighting organization ring going on, as it seemed Mateus himself had been organizing this event on his property. Something that those of you who may be aware of in the know that is a common practice within and around the town. Doing a bit of your own investigation, just briefly talking to some of the fowls on property to see if they had noticed anything on some of the previous nights or whatnot. One of them did mention that they had seen a cloaked figure on the property towards the middle of the night. One that walked by and they lost sight of. But most importantly, noting that despite not seeing anything of them, they did hear the accompanying footsteps of what appeared to be horse hoofs constantly wherever they treaded. Following the trail that you guys found because of that, you followed the footsteps up the building, around the side and back of the building, as they seemed to be heading upwards towards the second floor, kind of overlooking balcony area. As Luka briefly climbing up, had taken a look around the inside of the room. Also, with Pyrrha having done her own investigation shortly before. Not finding too much, but finding absolutely a trail that did seem to lead further into the house, as well as just a general oversight of the area, and a few potential clues. You guys decided to get out of the area as you went to go... went to pretty much go on to other matters. I think just talking to Bartholomew, having a bit of a conversation with him, which ultimately did not go very far, as you got a bit of information mostly focused on Katerine, concerning her past inclinations, history, and a potentially interesting case of a new medical history of anemia, which she had developed within recent times. Otherwise, you guys are leaving the bank and are now probably heading towards some of the other leads you have as we get back into it. So I do know one of the things that you guys maybe wanted to check out was to see if, because it's been a few hours now, is to go see if David had any more information. But I don't know if you guys want to do anything else other than that. Wilda, I know, was heading over to take a look at the trail just to see if there was anything else she could discover.
Yeah.
And actually, something else I should mention, because I've done a little bit of work in the background. I haven't gotten everything fully done, but I've gotten everything you guys need. David Zombi is the brother of Miriam. He's the guy who you basically gave the hammer to that you guys found the first night. Shoved up like underneath the wall that had gone in like a sewer grate into the town that had...
He's a guard that works in the crafting district, correct?
Yes,
guard?
he's a horner.
Okay.
He works in the horner's corner, down south. It's the one with scales But
Yeah.
yes, he works there. Something I will mention, there is 2 new icons on the map of the town. If you guys will take a look below Valencia's title with all the districts, there is now an icon for all characters you guys have interacted with, which if you double click it, much like the records that have the individual locations, it now has all character entries available right there for you guys to just do a quick reference from.
I
Make
can't
sure
open the
to
characters.
make sure to share it.
I did I not share that one? I shared all the other ones.
Yeah,
Damn
I
it!
took the other one, but not the characters.
Okay.
That's a fun way to do things.
Ooh, I like the glossary.
Yeah. So as we go through, I will update information here. So I'll add more characters. Also, if you take a look, just open any one of them. Let's say we open. Hold on. We'll open Agatha's. As you see, there's information here for everything about her, including a name pronunciation guide because I know that's going to be useful. I know that for a fact. So it's got pretty much every bit of information about a character that you guys have come upon, or assumably you guys would know for those who have been here and share it, or during your investigation would have heard without necessarily being mentioned in-game. Okay. Zombie? What? Sorry?
Miriam.
Miriam, yeah.
That was Miriam.
Miriam. Yeah. So there's some information here that is not listed. There's also other piece of information that is not necessarily shared with you guys yet, that you may come upon later that will update character bios. So keep an eye out on that, I suppose. You also have the general area locations as well next to it, to that icon, which I will... See, I shared that one.
Yeah, you did. It's not the character.
I shared that one. I didn't share the character. Yeah. So there may be information there that I didn't necessarily share with you guys yet, but you probably would have come across it in character. Just a little bit of flavor profile stuff. That would be neat. I plan on getting a more public version of that, but there's a lot of things I need to sort through, so that's gonna take a bit. Just for out-of-game peeps. There's also one other asset that I did not finish, but I will be planning on getting a asset out for you guys that has pretty much all the characters on a board for you that you've come across that you can kind of just organize in your own little piles or whatever. Of here's where suspects go and such. Just to have a more visual way of doing that.
Asshole, asshole, asshole. Actually, pretty nice guy. Asshole. Really self-actualized. Asshole.
Yeah? Oh. Fair. Honestly.
And all the way over here, we put Tebow.
Yeah, what category is that?
Science.
Tebow?
The Tebow category.
The Tebow
The
category.
Tebow category.
That's how you spell his name? Oh my god, I'm
Yes,
so wrong.
It's French. I know. I was
Me
surprised
literally
too.
scanning over this thing like, where's Timo? Where's Timo?
Ah, yes, good old Thibault.
It's pronounced Tebow, apparently. I was like, yeah, Thibault, that looks cool. How do you pronounce it? Tebow?
This whole time I thought it was a V, not a B. Like TiVo, like TV.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, the French, right?
Yet another reason to hate Drow.
Oh my god. We know where he
Are other
lives.
Drow named similarly? Or is it just him?
What, Zombie?
Are other Drow also named in a French manner?
Drow from his region are, yes, because they're from the French area.
Man, fuck the Drow.
Not all Drow are French, just the ones you know.
That's all it takes, baby.
That's all it takes. Hey, the only Drow you met has set a record for the Drows you hate, so... Alright, anyways, what are our plans? Do we have any ideas where we want to go to, maybe?
That's a good question. Also, I completely forgot that there were multi-columns in the formatting.
Yeah, it helps.
The smart story entries are just great.
Just a reminder, like I said, Wilda's off to do investigation. I know she's going to go also check up with Agatha just to see if she has anything for you. It's only really been a day though, so she's not entirely positive she'll get stuff. As I said, David may have information now that's been a few more hours because it is already 3. You guys, bastard from what? Shit person Landia? What was I gonna say? Shit, now I forgot.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Damn it. Oh,
Not my
I believe. No, I believe Piera was sent with Wilda, I think. From memory. That's how you guys, just in case, were gonna contact her. Otherwise, I mean, you've got a character roster in front of you of people you know. If there's anything that pops out of interest. Or if there's anything you guys wish to do, we can do potentially a general investigation check just to see if we can spend a few hours gathering your own information of potentially new leads. I think that's a viable thing to do too.
Just a matter of where at this point.
You know, she's got a billion spell slots. What's the range on?
What are we doing? What are we feeling like?
What's the range? 30 feet isn't very far, but I guess it does last 10 minutes. I guess, you know, it's been, like, the being in the city is, like, the first time that Addie's, like, been outside of the village for a really long time. I guess she's gonna cast Detect Magic just to see how unusual or usual it is to just detect random magical things that might be around. Like how much of this town has magic in it.
Detect Magic is also a ritual spell, so you don't need to spend a spell slot for it if you spend 10 minutes.
Yeah!
True. I just sit in an alleyway.
And you
for
can
10
just do
minutes
ritual
in the
spells if
shadows.
this. Yeah, you can just do ritual spells now if you have it. It doesn't require any fancy feature. It's just a part of it now. Part of the spell.
Yay! Yippee! Alright, she will sit in the darkness of a shadow and cast Detect Magic. Just to...
Alrighty.
With the idea that in like the future, maybe she can just, since it's a level 1 spell, she can periodically cast it if it is unusual to sense magic around here. Since we are looking for presumably magical things.
So we're assuming basically anytime you guys are going around town, you're doing Detect Magic ritual.
Yeah.
Gotcha, I'll keep that in mind.
I'll probably keep Comprehend Languages going as well.
Very fair. Honestly, very fair. That's an hour duration from memory.
So, just assume that if I can hear it and I don't normally understand it, I understand it. Unless it's text, in which case I need to poke it for a minute.
You need to poke it.
Follow us
Yep,
in
slap it.
case any sort of random
Museum
cliff
save you.
spawns.
Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, if you wish for any reminders of things too, feel free to ask me if there's any particular pieces of information that you guys may have available to you as well. I just need a direction, and I'll see if I can give you an answer.
See, now we have like the characters thing and the locations thing. Can we have the leads thing? You know.
Yeah, I can get a lead thing. You'll just have to give me a little bit to write it all up.
I still have our quests up. I have those up on my little my other
quests.
monitor.
You can also make
Main
it
quest,
you do have quests.
optional.
What's on me, sorry?
Is there a way to make it editable by us so we can add our own leads?
I mean, you can probably
could
create a
just-
story section, and then we can make it just like shareable and stuff.
You could just have. There's the notes that tab. Wherever that
Yeah.
went.
Yeah,
I think they just
Player
combine
notes.
that with stories. The player notes, there it is, up there.
yeah,
Players.
Yeah, I have a lot of player notes going.
Let's take a look. That's not
And
too
now-
many.
I have 6 notes, dude.
Oh, those are just all yours, huh? All right.
And now several of them are superfluous because we have better versions from you.
Hey, they're updated. Look at that. We'll say that was a basis we started with. Yeah.
I can also say stuff in my notes that does not get put into that, so it's fine.
I see. I mean, yeah. Do we have any direction we want to go to? Or do we want to just try to do a general investigation check as a group collective? Or like individually if we wish to split up?
Well, let's see. We have David and Wilda are our two like obvious go-tos for info.
Mhm. You technically have Agatha as well. That is a viable option.
What did we ask her to look into again? Sorry.
Ramin specifically asked her to look into criminal activities. Like pretty much any underworld criminal activities during, I believe, the Anita's case, just from memory. I have it written down.
Okay.
I think it was specifically about her case, though. It was either that or about recent, but I think it was specifically her case from memory.
Can you repeat where was it that the person who had quote unquote horse hoof sounds around them, where in town was that they were seeing?
That would be back over by the Fletcher's Nest down here.
That's
That would have been
okay.
late at night. You guys have been there, but you were only there for a little bit and then you left.
And what time of day is it now?
It is 3 p.m.
Okay.
I believe from memory it's been about like an hour or two since you've been there.
Okay.
Anybody else have trouble with some of the areas?
Are you having trouble with areas?
Or maybe they're just ones that we haven't been to or something. Just like I was trying to open the Black Pot Inn. I got a message saying that I've not loaded Benighted chapters.
Black Pot Inn. I don't have that shared.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That made sense then.
I think that I probably just missed that on areas because I loaded the entire book and then I just went through quickly and got rid of anything you guys didn't have.
Okay. See when.
I mean, I can share Black Pot Inn. It's not really that big of a deal. It's up there.
We just
Yeah,
haven't
no.
been
If
there
it's
yet,
if it's one that we're not supposed to be able to know about because we haven't been there, that's on us, not on you.
Yeah. It also doesn't show up on the
There's
map
some
though,
places
so.
to go visit. So let's.
I can get rid of it at least, and then I can add it back later. Whoops. I accidentally hit the unshare button instead of unlock.
Do you want me to tell you all the other ones that we shouldn't have access to because they're
Sure. What do we not have access to?
Defeed Estate, Defeede,
Dapida?
Depida Estate,
Okay. Gotcha.
the Wind Inn.
Did I not tell you guys about the Z-Wind Inn yet? I thought I did. Okay. See, the inns, I was like, I'm pretty sure I told you all of them.
White Quill Tavern.
I know for a fact I've told you guys about White Quill. At least
Okay.
to some degree. Even if it was offhand mention.
Oh, so that's the cockfight place?
Let me double check my notes.
Oh, wait,
The
well,
white
tavern is the. Is there also an inn? Is there a separate?
Guys, I feel like maybe we should check out the graveyard because we can't access cemetery.
I mean, I could just show it to you. You kind of, if you've been to the area, you know the graveyard exists.
Let's go to the grave. No.
No.
I'm sure there's
Attie
nothing.
has a-
I'm sure there's nothing bad that I should be
Let's all go to
accused
the
of being a wizard
graveyard.
inside a cemetery.
What? Why?
Addie
Absolutely
has
no
a moral
reason.
obligation to visit the cemetery.
You know,
that all of them
I
that we
guess
don't
you
have?
would.
She does have a moral obligation. That is true.
That appears to be all of them that I do not have access. Oh, the Vulgmary.
Did I
in
leave that? I did leave that.
Nathaven-
Whoops.
Nathaven.
Gotcha. Nathaven. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the Vulgmary.
I thought I got that one.
Everything
There you
else I seem to be able to open, so if I'm able to open it and it's on there, it's not supposed to be, that's not my fault anymore.
All right. It seems good.
Alright, let's go.
All right. Oil's dropping, boys.
Let's go see David in Tomato Town. Nothing bad will happen
Demated?
there.
Tomato
Tomato Town.
All right, we're gonna go visit David in Tomato Town. Hell yeah!
Nothing bad could happen in Tomato Town.
Nothing bad could happen in Tomato Town. We're gonna go ahead and move time up as we bring you all the way over here. Wow, I forgot that's how that
I'm going
works.
through houses.
You sure are, because you can go under the
Ow,
houses.
ow, ow.
Ow, ow, ow.
I
ow,
can't no
ow.
clip.
All right, we're gonna move you up. You guys go talk to David. I say with the amount of time passes, David will definitely have the information for you. It takes a little bit of time to track him down in here, but yeah, you find David, and he brings back the hammer, and he brings back a receipt with him as he runs into you guys and goes, "Oh, I've been waiting for you guys. I made sure to leave a note also with Miriam, but if you're here, might as well leave it with you." As he hands you guys back the hammer and the receipt and goes, "So I did a bit of checking around. I thought it might take a little longer, but actually, we're in luck. The hammer is a particularly interesting piece, actually. A bunch of blacksmiths down by the butcher's spit had sent it in with some interesting bones, sea serpent kind of thing. They said they wanted work done on the hammer to do a bit of, a bit of stretching out for some of the pieces, as well as a few other pieces. The people who did the work on it told me that they brought it to them a few months ago. A couple of guys, Halbrick and Bake, I believe the name was, or like I said, they're blacksmith. I think they're specifically locksmiths. I can kind of point to you on the map where this place is. I will unlock the map real quick for myself. Oh my god, I have so many things open now. Get some of that moved to the side so I can get to my thing. As we get the East Locksmithy added to your map. Over here, down in the corner.
It's on some little island.
Yeah, it's in the Logveld. Because of the butchers producing a lot of, butchers, chemists, all that, we tend to keep them, over on some of the islands. Some of them are also up towards the northeastern place. But particularly the butchers down there, because of the chemicals they use, as well as the, I suppose people's...
The smell.
Yeah, the smell especially. They tend to keep to the coast, outside of town. If you head out the gate, you can circle around through the suburbs, though, and get to it through one of the bridges. Just two brothers, really, from what I know. As he hands you guys back the things. It'll be like, well, if you need any more help, feel free to ask. I'll be doing my rounds around town pretty much for the next few hours.
Okay.
Goes to swim. Yeah, I mean, you could jump in the river right there.
It's only 10 feet, guys.
It's a lot more than 10 feet. It's...
Where's the scale here?
Don't think
Guys,
I don't think we have the actual map scale.
the map
You have
says
the
100
scale in the
feet. There's a
bottom.
Scale down at the bottom. So let's see. 10 feet is roughly 100 feet.
Yeah, 10 times more.
Funnily enough, you could actually set up the map to be like that, and then
Can
turn
you?
off. You can turn off locking and show raw distance. And you just set up the square grid to match your little measuring thing down there.
Okay, gotcha. I'll have to take a look at that then.
That's how we do the Forgotten Realms and like Hyrule maps and stuff.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. I imagine you guys are probably gonna want to head down there then? Now that you got a new lead?
Why not? We're already in the
Fine.
second half of the day. May as well stick to focus on one thing, you know?
Mm-hmm. Alrighty. In which case, we will go ahead and get you guys brought all the way around. As you make your trip through the out of town, through the suburbs here, we're going to move you guys up. Just count for looking for David as well as the time it takes to get there. We'll say it moves you up another hour. As you guys end up getting, passing through the suburbs, a lot of more of the farming villages that you guys had witnessed upon entering town the first time around. A lot of residential districts. You get across the bridge over into the Butcher's Spit. The smell is interesting. To some, maybe delicious, but to most, foul. As this is a basically meat processing area. As you come upon the something bad. As you come upon the edge of the area, you end up walking upon a fairly decent establishment, kind of a bit rudimentary in nature, just because it's out in the suburbs. Building that you guys can easily tell is a forge of very nostalgic. Yeah, very nostalgic kind of place for some of you. As you come upon what appears to be a smithy that has kind of a sign hanging from it that has a bit of a lock on it. With just a bit of general working around. It seems to be a fairly small area. As you hear a bit of metalwork coming from within the building. Through one of the side doors that is opened up more to the outside. So you hear bang, bang, bang of metal. What do you do?
Make sure detect magic is on.
Detect magic. Let me see if there's anything you guys might have come across that was magical during that point in time. Just as a general overview of what you've kind of gotten going halfway across the town with that up now, you do sense a few magical like objects and presences and like some magical apparel from mostly what appears to be more exotic, like travelers, people who've look like they're coming into town more than leaving it.
Oh, okay.
Kind of individuals. You see that there are some stalls that have a few like minor traces of magic, not too strong. What appears to be charms and stuff, mainly peddler wares for people like kind of advertising for like good luck charms and such things. Just very minor type of magic. A lot of the stronger pulses come off of travelers, so from what you can tell. You
Okay.
do get a slight sense of magic here, though, when you step within the vicinity of the building. Just a very slight sense of magic. Let me double check how detect magic works for all its effects again.
You can sense it, like you know when it's within the radius, but you have to use an action to learn more about it. If you can.
Side.
See a faint aura around a visible creature or object in the area.
Oh, do I like see the aura through walls, or only when it is in my vision?
Blocked by 1 foot of stone, dirt, or wood, or 1 inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead. You get a general sense that there is magic here, just in the ambience itself, but
Yeah,
other than
just the
that,
specific glow, not yet. Okay.
no. I'd say anything that might be inside the building is blocked off from your senses at the moment.
Okay.
Knocking on the door.
You knocking on the front door?
Yeah.
Alrighty. You hear the hammering stop for a moment, like as it's like going, and you have to knock like a few times, knocking, and it's like stopping, and you hear kind of the sounds from the side entrance where this area is opened up to you guys a little bit, but still out of view. Hear the sounds of like someone rummaging around, putting stuff down, and then like walking out. And as you guys kind of see this individual walking out, Attie, you detect, while you're doing detect magic and trying to see any magical traces, you detect a faint magical aura from this guy. I'll say it's equivalent to a school of magic of illusion. As what you guys see, everyone, in fact, that's here, you guys see this fairly, like, mutton chopped, kind of, like, black-haired mutton chop with a little bit of, like, pepper, salt and pepper going through it, and, like, a withered, like, forehead with brows, kind of just, like, withered mouth lines as well as crow's feet. This kind of red-toned individual, like, in a leather apron with like a pair of gloves on his like side, as well as just a few general tools, and like pulling up a pair of goggles. You see what you guys can actually, why don't we do a history check? Actually, give me a Arcana check, in fact, to see if you can understand what this individual is.
Arcana.
Oh, so close to being a knower.
Nothing.
Oh no.
Arcana.
Just a dude.
Arcana.
18.
20. All right, pretty much everyone but Luka, surprisingly.
Oh.
Just some dude.
Just some dude, just some red-skinned dude.
Just some guy.
He
Just some
just got
red-skinned dude.
really red skin. I've seen tanned people.
You see red skin, you see he's very
He's like
hairy, he's
Pokemon.
got like a flat, like a nose. And he's got a little bit of like very hairy like hands, like the lines of hair on the hands, and claws to a degree, like sharpened
Oh, I
fingernails.
see.
You see what you guys identify as a hobgoblin stepping out of the shop. As you get that little innate sense of ambient magic, of illusionary type magic, Attie, from this individual.
Oh.
As he walks out and he goes, Oh, customers! I'll be right there. Hold up.
He's like a
As he-
regular goblin, but big and red.
He's big, red. He's a little bit different from the goblins
You
you
start
guys
talking
you've seen.
goblin to him.
He's not that dumb.
He doesn't know it though. Oh, you mean Dimitri? Okay.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
Dimitri.
He walks up to you guys with like a little bit of hobble and goes, wiping off his hands. He was like, how can I help you? Quite the group.
Hi.
It bows her head.
Okay, who is it? Our customers, it seems. Hello. I'll introduce myself. My name's Bakke. I'm one of the proprietors of this smithy here.
I'm Dimitri. I don't have a description.
Dimitri without a description. Ain't that most people. Especially around Valencia. Many people, nondescript travelers. Pardon me, this is my brother. As he kind of like the other hobgoblin, who appears to be a bit taller, broader, kind of walks up and he's like, this is my brother, Halbrick. Oh, how's it doing? So you kind of look at both of you. You guys see this pair of hobgoblins looking at you guys. As they're like, well, how can we help you now? Any repair work, or does someone get locked out of their house? Or do we need specialized equipment?
Well, I found this equipment, and I'll pull out the hammer.
They kind of like bolt, like you see Halbrick still wearing his goggles, like pulls them up, like leans in, and they both look at each other and go, where do you find that? That's a hammer.
Yes, I found it. Well, I was looking around. These people broke through a gate. And I found the hammer left behind. We don't know who. That's why we're hoping you might know who has been able to get this hammer.
Let's talk inside, why don't we?
Sure.
Oh.
As they lead you inside their forge area that's opened up off to the side. You guys step in. You kind of feel the heat of this stone gray, fairly like light stone colored gray heat bouncing off as they get you like a look at you and go like, tea, gentlemen. We got ale too, if any of you are interested. Got fire going, kettle heating. You look at you guys to see if you want anything.
She will wag her tail and quietly say, tea would be nice.
Ah!
Yeah.
A kindwood! Oh, no wonder why you're so big. How do you do, madam?
Yes,
Tea it is.
very well. And when they turn their back, can I use my action to glean more from the detect magics? Was that something you said I could do?
You want to try to do detect magic in the workshop itself?
Yeah, like, wasn't there something about like using an action to get like deeper information?
It
or
was just
something?
like the spell type or the school of magic.
Ah, okay.
Unfortunately, that would be an identify spell that you would need for something like that.
Mm-hmm. Do you still wish to attempt that? I'll say while you're in here, you don't really detect too many other pulses of magic inside the area.
Okay.
It seems to be just
anyway.
all innately ambient, like fey type magic. I'd say you'd be able to tell it's like Sylvanish in nature.
Okay.
This is a very enchanted Sylvan workshop.
Yeah.
As they get you tea. If anyone wants ale, they'll pull you out just a simple thing of ale. Otherwise, they'll go ahead and get everything like water for anyone who needs it and such. But otherwise, they get themselves seated down and kind of like look at the hammer, over at the hammer. I imagine you hand it back to them, or you still have it.
Once we're inside, I would hand it back to them.
Alrighty. They kind of have it on the table by them, I'd say, just kind of looking at it and go, you said you found this by great. Where exactly did you find this? And you mentioned people.
Well, I forgot to introduce myself, and then I'll do like a little bow and try to, if possible, do like a little flip, and then be like, I'm Luka of the King's Horseman? Always horse.
King's Horse.
And thank you. For some reason,
my kingdom for a horse.
Yeah, and was looking around because want to make sure no one's sneaking in, and someone broke through one of the aqueduct grates.
Oh, the circus that came to town a few days ago. Whoa, I didn't recognize you were one of the troops. You dress rather plainly compared. Oh well, plainly in the standards of the town, many fancy outfits.
Yeah. I mean, I can't stand that all the time.
Of course. You found it by the aqueduct, and you're saying someone used the hammer to break in.
And some other tools. The hammer was the.
Would you want to happen to be chisel and a blowtorch, would it? Or a blow lamp?
Are you missing tools?
Kind of give each other a look and just like give a long sigh, like a just owl.
I was like, yes. An associate of ours, an apprentice, had worked with us for a time. But he had been known for stealing some tools from occasion to pay for his crippling addiction to gambling. We could say debts he owed to individuals and such. We hadn't realized that because he had been he'd been a bit more secretive about it, but during the last 2 months, we realized and we had to kick him out. He absconded with our heirlooms, our family heirlooms, the hammer being one of them.
Oh.
It's actually a pair of hammers, one for each of us. We have a chisel and a blow lamp, as well as a few other things we outfitted with the bones from the sea serpent that washed ashore. Nasty thing, if you ask me.
What was this person's name, sorry?
Shanateg.
I will get that in the chat for you.
Shanateg.
How to describe him for you all? I suppose most folks would say he looks like a scruffy fella. Yes, scruffy. They would describe him as tall, lanky, hairy, but very scraggly, scruffy individual. Senatag, well, he had come to town one day from, I'd imagine, overseas or somewhere. Somewhere not here. And he had needed a place to stay. Of course, we were a bit suspicious of this individual. I suppose, prejudices and the like, but he looked like a bit of trouble. However, he was a humble sort of fella. Very calm, very patient, to a degree. He was looking for work, some place to stay, and any job that would take him. Of course, after a bit of conversation and seeing that he did well following directives, just a little bit of preliminary hard labor, cutting down trees for the furnace and such, and making charcoal, we decided to take him on. We felt pity for him. I suppose in a way we felt a sort of kinship with the man. Yes, but like I said, he absconded with our tools. He was 2 months back at least, I think, at this point. Just ran away, I'd imagine, somewhere in town. We put out notice to some people that we do business with to keep an eye, especially with the guild, the Horners Guild, who did the original piece to see if it turns back up. We imagine that if he had, knowing his habits, despite the fact that he stole it, he most likely would have pawned it off somewhere. We were hoping it might have turned up in some place so we could. Probably a bit pricey, but we could have afforded it, put money aside to regain it. You wouldn't happen to know where. You said you discovered other tools, right?
No second hammer, but it did have the the blowtorch and the file.
Hmm.
The Silver Knights have it, since they are investigating what it was used for.
You guys see like a look of their hearts dropping down into their stomachs as their like wide eyes beaded slit. They give a look at each other.
Ooh, that's unpleasant. Gosh. Oh boy. I imagine some crime then, especially with the aqueducts. Some rather big crime must have been committed for the Silver Knights to get involved.
Yes. Now, I had
Yes.
a question about this gentleman is stole. It might be an odd question. Did he have hooves?
They give each other a look.
No hooves. Zenetig was a hairy fella, not a
It was hairy,
hooved one.
but he was okay. There was just some hooves tracks by it, and it seemed like an out of place area. So
Could be Seder.
yeah,
They don't. Ah, right. Could be something.
Kind of give looks back between each other and at you guys. Can I have you guys give me an insight check, by the way?
sure.
You got it, pal.
Hell yeah. Hey, who knows? You could roll a nat 20. You've done it before.
Dimitri, why does this keep
Eddie,
happening?
please.
Because
Thank
it
God.
happens in the moments where he knows things.
I know things.
I know things. I'd say everyone but Attie kind of get the sense that these guys have been talking in a very specific way, as if they're talking around. And when they say people would describe him, you get the sense that they're talking as if it's the way he looks would be different than how they'd see him. As if normal people would describe him as like a tall, scraggly man, but that might not be his true nature. And you also get the sense with the Seder comment and such that they kind of dance around the topics of any Fae-like creatures.
He's a fucking bugbear, isn't he?
As if it's almost a taboo to say like a Fae creature what they're supposed to look like.
Bugbears are hairy dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dimitri knows what a bugbear is.
What is... Let me check something real quick.
For a check,
Okay.
that would probably be Arcana, but yeah.
For what?
For
A bugbear?
check.
No, that's not what I'm asking.
Okay.
I am going to ask for an Arcana check, though,
Okay.
in general. Because
Wow.
there's something that I feel that should be, now that I've realized what I'm going with for it.
Wow.
Arcana. Anyone else? I think 19 is enough, but if anyone else wants to try as well,
I
just
could
know.
try it. I don't have a good.
Dude, can I, even though I had abysmal insight, or is this
Oh hey,
insight locked?
Better not roll. You better not.
I'll
roll.
say
Okay.
not because you fail the insight.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Okay, I'd say specifically for Dimitri, Luka, this is something you guys would be more aware of, kind of. Dimitri, you kind of have a memory pop up in your mind of someone kind of explaining something to you. But Luka, this is something that you would know just from your travels. When it comes to Fae creatures, there is the second sight, which is a thing that allows you guys to be able, for those who have been like touched by the Feywilds or magical presence and such, the second sight allows you to see, for instance, back during the first chapter, how only some of you saw the corn dogs as as what they truly were, the wheat dogs, while the wiser bellers, while other people just saw them as regular stray dogs. That applies to Fae creatures in general that aren't innately invisible to people. So when Fae creatures show themselves to individuals, those without the second sight do not see them in their true form. They see them as the like roughly humanoid equivalent to what they would be. So for instances, goblins would appear as like maybe like I'm forgetting the
Little
name.
guys.
Gnomes or such, like little guys. While hobgoblins or such would appear as like regular dudes, maybe like a little bit like hairy guys, but otherwise they would appear as normal, ordinary people. Unless they were to show their true form, or people like had the ability to see them properly with second sight. And kind of going on with the insight check from earlier, just to elaborate, these guys are talking around it because there's a certain taboo that you're not supposed to reveal a fey creature's true form to people who don't know what they look like and with second sight. They don't know you guys have second sight.
So would a hobgoblin usually appear like something else in that case?
They would appear probably like an ordinary guy.
Oh.
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 We're
So,
just
like,
wow,
back
we
when
just
you
got,
guys-
like, variety of people in this town.
Yeah, that's kind of logic for like some of the more like fey wild creatures, how they managed to get away with this stuff, despite not having like invisibility for some of them. So back when you guys had met the goblin in the town hall, he just appeared like a little dude to people.
Amazing.
Oh, sirs.
Huh?
He will just sort of gesture him to come closer as he'll lean in.
They both lean in.
I know that you're red.
Would you like to
Yeah,
say
he's
that,
right.
goblin? Out of interest.
Sure.
They both face drop, look at each other like a monkey face towards each other, look at you and go, "Oh!" They kind of like pat you on the shoulder and go, "Oh!" And they have like a lot more jovial expression, like full teeth smile, kind of like laughing, the hearty laugh. Oh, we should have known. Oh boy. Oh, it appears that you're one of them in the know, huh? I suppose that makes this a little bit simpler. Do not mind me asking, do the rest of your friends also know our little inside joke?
I think so.
May I ask you all to describe what our skin tones are like out of interest?
You're red. You got that that I worked in a farm too long and you're now practically red.
Oh, red, not Rudy! I imagine the rest of you, we appear as a bit more, how to say, a bit more bug-faced, bare-faced individuals. Flat nose and such. Hairy. Very red.
God.
Yeah, that sounds exactly right.
Oh, we should have expected. Well, common travelers. Oh, no. I suppose that's to be expected with us, one of you from the circus, of course. Oh,
Kind of like wipe tears from their eyes from laughing.
we apologize. It's a certain taboo for Fae to reveal their brethrens and such as natures to outsiders. It's a bit formality for protection, you see. The eternal flame is one matter, but it would be another for regular people to not know, to be in the know that don't need to. It's how to say. It's as if someone stumbles into your home suddenly uninvited. It's very awkward, very on edge. It would be like unwanted guests. Well, now that we know that you all are capable of the second sight, we do not need to be so obtuse about our language. Yes, Senatig is a bugbear. A rather poor, unfortunate creature, of course. Bugbears are, though, nasty by nature. And I will tell you, Senatig had a nasty nature. But, as I said, he was humble, he was calm, docile when he did work for us. Though, perhaps mischievous nature used to trick us into stealing our stuff.
Do you know a satyr in town?
No, there's been satyrs here and there around, travelers. We don't personally know any satyrs. We've done work for people who've been acquainted with satyrs, of course. But, if there are satyrs, they are not so open about that fact.
Huh.
Let us reintroduce ourselves. So, I am Buck, and he is Halbrick. We are hobgoblins, house spirits, and locksmiths. We find a particular fondness for such a household occupation.
Ah.
It fills us with joy to be able to pry open and secure the domicile of such for many people. Most would not know us as hobgoblins, however there are some in town who employ us that know that fact.
Okay.
I would say for certain with the church's attire here, kind of looks over to Ramin, that, I suppose Father Thomas has sent you onto this mission as well. This sort of task you were involved with. Yes, he's a rather good man. We don't do much work with him, but we are aware of him. As he is capable of second sight as well.
We're more doing this on our own, but Thomas is
Tomas.
helping. Thomas. Thank you.
That was my bad.
Did we know that he had the sight?
You saw Pyrrha, and that's it. That's all you know.
I guess that's kind of evidence enough that he saw Pyrrha.
I thought Pyrrha could just appear to other people.
Kinda.
No.
If she wants to, but like,
I guess we
Real
didn't know if she was
complicated.
trying to hide herself. Yeah.
Eh. Can't really know.
Do you know Father Tomas well?
Well enough. Like we said, we don't really do much business with him. However, we sometimes pass through the church square on the way to some of the other locations we go to. We do much of our work towards the eastern end of town. There are some people who may pay for locksmiths, but not from out in the Logveld anyways, in the west part of town. Too fancy for them. We're too rural, they would say.
Oh.
And though we prefer to keep away from the eternal flame if possible. Of course, they don't persecute magical creatures left and right. However, you can't be too cautious when it comes to what their doctrine says about monsters and what defines it as it. Some people would claim hobgoblins are monsters, though I can assure you we are none of the sort.
Okay.
No, I would say it gave us definitely a scare when you had mentioned the eternal flame is involved with this case. There isn't any way this would come back to us, would it?
Unless they find the same information I found about the hammer.
And you said that they had the rest of our tools, or at least partially.
No second hammer.
But they have the
Yes.
saw, and they have the blow lamp.
Yep.
Oh, if you were able to trace it back here, I'd imagine that will be definitely something they can do too. All right.
kind of wipes sweat off his face. Just from the heat, really. You guys, as you're having this bit of conversation, you hear a knocking upon the door, the front door.
Knock, knock,
Uh-oh,
knock
it's
on
them.
my
No.
door.
Knock, knock, knock. A kind of the knock, 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 like heavy thud, as if like someone's rasping it heavily.
Oh shit, actually might be
Uh-oh.
them.
Kind of look at each other, and it's like, they knock. And it's like, tax collection. We're here for your debt.
Oh, it's
From
the
good old
taxman.
Talai. They kind of look at each other.
And I was like, oh, boy. Well, it appears that our conversation may need to be put on hold. There's a matter we must attend to. I apologize, sirs.
They kind of
It's
look
okay.
at you a little bit nervous. A bit of a nervous
Look with your
expression on their
taxes.
face.
How much?
Or it's not taxes. That's a slip of the tongue. It's debt collection.
How far along are you in debt?
How far along are you?
They
When's
kind
the
of
debt
give a
due?
look at each other and then look
Has
at
your,
you.
has your
And
debt been developing well? Will it soon come
Well,
to
I'm more
fruition?
meaning, are you at the point in time where they're gonna start breaking some knees, or?
you hear a crashing outside.
Just property so far, it seems.
Okay, well.
Knock, knock, knock! Heavier.
Oh,
You two, open up! We ain't got all day.
We don't hear any hammers, and voices stop from inside.
We know you're in there. Yes. As you can tell, not well.
How much?
We owe 250 gold,
Is it
though
because
they've
of-
divided it up. The interest has caught up in time. We're doing
because of-
monthly installments.
Is it because he stole?
Sorry, I only have 3 gold.
Yes, a part of that. The other part is knock, knock, knock.
We're going to give you the count of 5 before we break down the door if you don't come out.
Hold on, we're having a discussion. Please wait.
Go ahead, give me that persuasion check. I need you to do it with disadvantage, by the way.
Sure thing.
They're in a bit of a hostile disposition at the moment, I would say.
You need some extra gold this minute?
You hear from the other side of the door after like ... thinking.
We'll give you 5 minutes. And we expect the money up front.
As you, what appears to be the sounds of someone kind of stepping away from the door occur.
Yeah, you're at the front door.
You gonna go to the front door?
No, I said, oh yeah, well yeah, you're at the front door. Of course you want the money up front. That's where you are.
Don't push your luck.
You got them to a good disposition right now. That doesn't mean you can retain it the entire time. Yeah, they look at you
I'm a
and
wizard.
go.
I'm required to be a smartass.
They go.
It's true.
We require 35 gold monthly as
How much
part
do you
of
have
the
this minute?
debt.
How much do you have in this minute?
Well, currently, we don't have much to spare. We've got 15 gold collected.
Well, I've got 3, so we're halfway there.
Kind of does math. Just
About
nods.
15.
15.
50.
3.
Yeah,
15.
50.
I have.
You need, I said 35?
Yep.
Okay.
24 and
So we definitely have enough if we like want to split it.
If you guys want to like blow through all your money.
I have 130 silver.
Okay, so they need. Wow. Okay, so they need 35, and they have
15.
15, so they need another 20.
I'm
Attie,
already
what would
handing them
20?
3 gold.
Which means we all can just
18.
hand them like 4 gold at minimum, and it would be enough.
3.
I don't
Okay,
have 4
18,
gold.
and then you guys just need another 7. Right? No, you need another
17.
I can do
17.
an extra.
Are you willing to like pay this much out of pocket for them?
He will. Dimitri will produce his bag of 130 silver.
Ah, yes, that's exactly what you want to get the loan sharks. They'll love that.
Make
They're
them
not actual
count.
sharks. That wasn't like racist, right?
If they're good at counting, then it's not a problem. But if they're bad at counting, it might hurt their feelings.
I mean, people predominantly deal in silver, honestly, unless
Yeah.
it's like big ass amounts. Gold's almost like a big dick move. It's intimidating
Let's
to a
pull out
lot
that
of people.
$100 bill.
Yeah,
Manage
pull
to
out a
Okay,
$100
so-
bill. I think people are going to be more pissed if you pull out a $100 bill under regular circumstances, because then they have to break that shit up.
Now, if you pull out a
so
platinum,
we'll split.
Oh my
we'll
god!
split.
I think someone would just
Yeah.
knife you on the spot.
Yeah. So we'll split and get them enough to have 35. That sound.
So how much is
Sound
the
right.
split? So
Well,
I can
If Elias gives 3, then
I can give
that means they
5.
just need 17 left.
I could give 5. Attie could give 5, and
again, I'm offering up the whole 130 silver.
oh, okay,
Pound upon the
that's-
door.
that's
5
13
minutes is
gold
up,
there.
lads.
So, okay.
Your conversation better be done.
So they had 10, you said, or 15?
15.
They had 15.
had-
Elias just gave 3, so you just need 17.
You dropped 13,
Hmm.
and I
Dimitri
dropped
drops
4.
13. Who drops 13?
Dimitri dropped 130. That's 13.
130 silver.
Okay.
So 13 gold.
And then I could drop 4, leaving them to have 35.
So yeah,
28
cool.
would
Would be 7. Okay.
And I'll be like, you better have some real nice lock.
You heading out?
tools,
Or are you just handing them the money?
handing the money, and then being like, I'm wanting some nice lock picking tools, handing them the money.
All right, they head out. They have the bag of money with them. You hear
take off.
kind of like as we'll say like a Bake, we'll say Halbrick gets it and like walks out the door, leaving Bake a little bit behind him. As they have a bit of a conversation, he's like,
Oh, what took you so long, gentlemen? You got the gold? 135 gold right here up front. Oh, let me count. Some silver or gold? You're dealing in gold now. You're goldsmiths at this point. No, just humble locksmiths. Right. Ah, it looks like the money is all here, boys. Sorry about the barrel. It's fine. Though, make sure next month to have the gold on time, 35. If you don't, you know how the contract goes. We'll have to start collecting trade supplies. Don't forget, if you can't make it on time, from memory, Talai has the entire house under lease. Capiche? Yes. Very good.
we kind of like take a look inside, and just look at you guys, and go,
Nice company.
spits off to the side.
Have a good day, boys.
So they leave. And Albert closes the door. So they kind of walk back over to y'all. And they look at you and go,
Okay, thank you, lads. Truly.
I'm a big fan of those types. Also, like I said, I will actually just like, buy something off of you, and you helped us, so it's only fair.
That's the least we can do, yes. Anything you need. Use locksmiths, lockpicking tools.
I already have a set, but if you have some real nice ones,
Oh, certainly. We got real nice ones, just ease of use, really. Ornate.
feel free to get yourself another set put on your sheet. I think you can just put it up to 2
just-
if you already have
I'll
one.
just put 2.
And they hand you that.
Yes, as you surmise, part of it was Senatic's fault. When, as we told you, he's a feisty-natured one, bugbears of an ugly attitude at times. It was a heated argument, and he caused quite the mess. And practically half the workshop was destroyed, and he ran off with supplies. He stole an entire bag of tin, brass as well. He ran off. We have other tools around, however, we sunk a bit of money into trying to recover them. With a bit. Of course, due to some of the mess, I mean, we already had to take out a loan from the Stenimore Bank to begin with for the entire property. We were fairly good with our payments, of course. The price was a lot less at the time, a lot more generous. However, due to some of the remodeling needing to be done, as well as recuperating lost assets and furniture, the debt had to go up a bit more. We had to take out another loan. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it many a time, so.
In any case, what we can tell you about Senateg, as we had said, we spent a bit of money doing a bit of our own acquiring information, trying to see where he might have ran off to. We don't know where Senateg is. However, we are certain, due to his nature, that he would most likely stick around town. If you believe that, especially with these tools, if you believe that he is involved, he may very well be established himself somewhere.
Does he have a connection with Matthias? Matthias? Is that how you say it?
Mattias?
Matt. Thank you. For some reason I thought it was Matthias, and I don't know why I thought that.
My throat. Hold up. They look at each other and go,
Mattias of,
kind of just like trying to figure out which Mattias you're talking about.
The cockfighting one.
well, the one with the Fletcher's nest.
Yes. Yes.
Blackbirch, I think. As far as we're aware, he never had any sort of connection with him. Mattias is one of those high tower types. Tower is a broad word, but you know.
Yeah, high society in terms of this town.
I don't think many people would have taken kindly to Senateg. Senateg was a brute, but he was not a fool entirely. He had vices, but that did not necessarily make him a dullard. Just easy. I suppose since you did us this service, we can recount to you a bit of information. When Senateg had come to our smithy a few months back, he had done work for us. It was simple charcoal burning at first, and we decided to take him on as apprentice, but we were a bit cautious. We asked him where he came from, and he had said he had come from overseas. We're still not certain where. However, we do know one thing for certain.
They kind of like, while Bake is talking to you, Hallbrook's like kind of heating up a piece of iron, doing some work, and he like brings it over. He's kind of like doing work, and he like grabs one of the pokers by the stove, as like he puts it by you guys, like on the table, like in front of you, just showing. And Bake kind of looks at it and goes, "He had a brand on him, on his left shoulder blade at the time. And a particular design. One that most people may not recognize upon first sight, but it was a trafficking brand."
Oh.
Like I said, we are not sure where he was from, however. We've encountered the symbol in the past. There's, as much as it may be appalling, there is a trafficking ring within the area. We're not certain the details of who. We don't. To be quite frank, we'd rather not get involved at all. However, that was part of the risk we realized when we had took him on a month later. We panicked at the time, but... well... we talked it over. Senator at the time was very, very astute in his studies under us. Locksmithing is not a simple art. Blacksmithing isn't either, but locksmithing requires a bit more complexity with the contraptions, the springs, and such. He was fairly good at it. He picked it up rather well. We took pity on him. So we forged a new brand. We could not remove the damage done to him, however we could rebrand him to get rid of it. We gave him some elixirs that we acquired from an alchemist friend of ours. When we do business for, to acquire acid for metal etchings. We had him bite down on rag, and we rebranded him over it to at least get rid of that, to obscure it. It's less trouble for us, and hopefully to give him a bit more freedom. He never really left the workshop too much. And then on the occasions he did, he went out of town, and he came back smelling like piss and alcohol, but it was a handful then, but we forgave him, because oftentimes he did good work and he did not cause too much trouble. Kept to himself during those times. We asked him where he went to. He did tavern hoppings at points and a bit of gambling. That's how we found out about his vices before and connected the dots when we realized our supplies running low and missing for some things. I do believe you may be able to find word from the entertainment area, the theater district. That's one of the places he frequented at times. As for his whereabouts, we're unsure. Like I said, if he'd done what we thought, he most likely pawned the tools off at a point. Most likely would have panicked trying to get them back, if they mattered to him so much. But he owed money to places, so potentially trying to find a description of him from some inns or some of those places from the entertainment theater district may be a good lead if you wish to hunt him down. And if you do not mind, if you can recover the rest of the tools, at least the second hammer, we'd highly appreciate it.
Sure.
Okay.
Keep a lookout for it.
Thank you. If there is any pawnbrokers that may be a potential lead, I hear that I hear there's a place called the Whispering Jasmine that does these sorts of transactions in town. I'm not entirely certain where it is, though I hear it's more towards the northern area.
Okay.
If there's anything else you wish to know that we can illuminate you about, this case is... do not mind me asking, but what is the circumstances? You said that there was a grate that was broken into, but I imagine the Silver Rose would not get involved if it were such a simple matter.
There has been a accident during one of the shows
Accident.
at the King's Horse.
Accident?
Some people have been injured. There has been a casualty.
There's actually been a few casualties.
I'm not being specific.
Okay, gotcha. We just wanted to let you know about that one. That's
I
it.
know there's a handful of them. I'm
Casualty
being
doesn't
vague to
mean
me.
dead. Casualty means injured in any fashion during the incident.
There's been
I suppose it
casualties.
would. There's been casualty. There's been a casualty.
We just
And
Injuries,
while
yeah.
looking around to figure out what happened, we found.
We just won't
tracks,
specify
which
what kind of
led to-
casualties.
There's been a casualty that they care about.
And then when looking around, we found tracks which led to the grate, which led to the tools.
I see. I imagine knowing your position, you are during your show. You are most likely a highly suspected. Your troop.
Yes, which is why we're trying to find.
I understand. Yes, we understand your position. Well, we will just have to brace ourselves when the Silver Rose appears.
It might take them some time, or it might not. I have no idea how quick they are about figuring out.
Is Tebow active in this
Yes.
investigation?
Yes, it is.
Very.
We look at each other.
We will prepare for today.
Okay.
If they have brought that Inquisitor on, this is a serious matter. He's the headhunter.
Yeah.
I wish you luck.
And
Knowing your circumstances, your suspect, you are in a more highly dangerous position than we are, in fact.
Now, do you want to keep the hammer, or do you want me to hold on to the hammer for the time being because of them showing up?
If this helps your investigation, it may be best for you to keep a hold of this. If the Inquisitor comes by, it would not look good if we were to possess this still.
That's what
Not only
I just
that,
want-
but he would confiscate it. You should not let this slip your grasp. We appreciate it. We
Yeah.
highly appreciate you bringing it back to us.
Yeah, it's special, of course. I'm not gonna just. But that's why I wanted to make sure if it was something you wanted to keep hold of yourself, or if you were fine with us holding on to it for the time being.
This hammer has been... We say it's an heirloom, but it actually started with our generation. We were the ones who decided to make it part of the family, with its twin and the other tools. As we mentioned, a sea serpent actually had... a sea serpent had ended up breaching beaching on top of the island. Rather disgusting, monstrous thing, honestly. We were doing a bit of fishing ourselves on the coast of the bank of the area. And it washed ashore, quite damaged thing. A bit bloated, alive though. Well, Abracad, been attacked by it. We thought it was dead, so when we approached, we were a bit caught off guard. We had spears on the mend, and we pulled off and we vanquished the beast. We killed it. It was a quite terrifying encounter, honestly. But we decided amongst ourselves that there's such a dangerous encounter, having overcome it could... I mean, a portent we overcome of ill omen. We decided to celebrate and make the body of it, the bones, a part of our trade. could not tell you where it washed up from. It must have come out from the broader sea. This thing looked like a mixture between a shark and perhaps a serpent. It's a sea serpent, as we say. I could not tell you what it is, though, or what it was. But yes, please keep the hammer with you for now.
Okay.
Okay, no problem.
And we will be sure to bring it back.
Of course, and with its twin, if you can.
Uh-huh.
We'd be most appreciative. If there is anything you need help with, any business or locks that are stuck that you need undone, chests of such or anything, please feel free to bring it. We will charge you nothing for these services, as long as it can help with this investigation.
Okay.
Okay.
We owe you much of a debt at this point. Consider it a way of repaying it.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
Yes. Well, this has been quite the downer of a conversation. The mood's dropped quite a bit. We should get that fire stoked up and get back to our days. Though a bit anxious, but time rules. It will eventually come around. The storm we'll just have to weather. Just like we have done in times past.
Okay.
As they will start stoking the fire and let you guys they'll let yourselves out
Yep.
as desired. As I say, yeah, my alarm just went off, so if we looks like it's a perfect time to go to break if we want to do so.
3 minutes to an hour and 30, so yeah.
Alrighty, let me get the play switch over.
So I found out while looking through some more Forgotten Adventures assets.
Oh, and before I go, because you guys did retrieve the hammer and bring it back to them, as well as paying off their debts, I'm giving you story EXP for it. I
Yay.
will get that figured out later, though. I did know for a fact I wanted to do that for you guys.
But,
So you will get some EXP that'll get to you later. Alright, I'll be right back.
I found out that that some of the basins that I have are customizable, and you can fill them with fun things like coal, like burning coals, or oil, or blood.
Oh my.
I could have a blood basin. Like, look at that amount of blood. That's a lot of blood. That's a 10-foot square of blood.
10-foot square.
Yeah.
That's perhaps too much blood.
It is a ludicrous amount of blood, a Markiplier drowning amount of blood.
Ooh, and I have different varying textures of the basins. Whoa. Do. So add. Hammer. Hmm. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. It's probably not great.
What's that look for, Onion?
Alright, I'm back. Whoops, I dropped my headphones. I'm back. Why are you posting blood cubes?
I found out that the basins in Forgotten Adventures has blood, as well as like coal.
Blood, gallons, all
Like-
the stuff.
You can have like custom like fire basin and stuff.
Gotcha. Update the area list and the character list with these new guys.
Just working on another map.
That's fair. Yeah, I thought that is the fucking what did I call them? We'll say extortionists. They're not really, but you know, loans men. That wasn't a counter. I'll give you XP for going around it because I had also planned just in case.
I
that's
love
the
the
thing with
idea that they might have actually been shark people because I was making a loan shark joke.
Lone shark, shark fae.
Yeah.
Because I was like, yeah, am I being racist if I call them loan sharks? Because I don't.
You don't know
Whatever.
what the race is.
Yeah.
How could you be racist if you don't even know to be? Ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh, let me also get the characters shared too before I put that in. I need to grab that from the story section, anyways. There's Buckeye, and then there's Halbrick. Or Boku. And then B goes before Anita, or after Anita, before David. And then H goes before... Oops, I accidentally did the thing where I unshared it instead of unlock it. Halbrick. Buttons are right by each other. Was there anyone else? No, there wasn't anyone else that got mentioned that you guys don't already know. Just Bouquet and Halbrick. Do-do-do-do-do.
I can get a fancier desk than that.
I'm still just gonna make this a quest I forgot to earlier.
Assuming I can find a desk. It takes a bit to look through these folders. There's a lot of folders. Fancy desks. Whoa, those are some fancy desks. They can even have vanity mirrors. That would have been good to know a while ago.
Yeah.
There's also L desks. I miss
L.
my
L doesn't
I didn't
feel
even
like a
realize
desk
L was
person.
made into a desk. Not
What?
mahogany. What type of wood would L be? Spruce?
Elm.
Elm? Yeah, that's good.
Can't say
I
I
was
know a whole
thinking
lot
kind
about
of like a
wood
grainy dark wood.
types. I mean, I know what kind of wood Ivan would be.
Yeah? Oh,
Fire.
a charcoal?
Any kind that burns.
Yeah.
That's best wood.
Yeah. There's a lot of fancy desks. Even ones with like leather topping, which does not sound nice to use. How'd you write on that? Like a single sheet of paper would just kind of start pushing in. I'm overthinking it. Alright, skip that.
I also put a vote up. Alright, votes up.
Actually, I'm gonna real quick stretch my legs.
Okay. Make sure that's all spelled properly. There we go. Yeah, top screen that. That's better. How's everyone doing so far while we're waiting for those who are here?
Not good.
Doing good, doing good.
You'd be
God, we feel.
surprised- You'd be
Yeah,
surprised how
sorry.
rough it is to have a. Sorry,
No, go ahead.
no, Chris is going.
Oh,
Ow.
it felt like a very, very long weekend for me. So specifically at work, weekends are normally more skeleton crew. And just for whatever reason, Friday, chunk of people didn't come in. Monday, chunk of people didn't come in. Which has caused everything, because that causes everything to slow down. And I'm sitting there like, oh, God. So it's felt like one forever weekend.
What were you gonna say, Zombie, though?
Most people like think of like students and like people that are like in middle school and high school as not being especially strong compared to a full-grown adult. It's not the case. If a middle schooler grabs onto your collar and begins yanking, there's not a whole lot you can do about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of have to go along with it because you can't really win that. I'd read the bus today, so
Yeah.
it's like no, middle schoolers are pretty strong, guys. You don't know what it's like to literally have like a middle schooler have you by the throat.
Okay.
Yeah, grabbed my collar and yanked hard. So fun times.
Well, putting this in the party sheet for now while I wait. Just to get that awarded later.
Okay. Bye.
Whoa. Bah! 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 Let me also double check what my notes say. I have to go to this area because I'm sure where you're probably going to go next.
Where's
just have to-
that?
Somewhere.
We'll see. We'll see.
It is
Where
absolutely, positively somewhere.
Somewhere. Oh, let me just Control Shift F by myself. Yep, Control Shift F myself.
Whoever's eating, I can really hear your silverware on your bowl.
I was thinking that too. I
sorry.
think it's just Sid.
No, it's fine. I was just mentioning it.
Damn it, Sid.
Damn it, Sid.
How
What?
could you?
We're getting out of crippling debt here. Don't push your luck. Friggin' disadvantage rolls good just because you got such good skills. Damn, man. You did it. You know, it was close. Gotta love him. Gotta love Elias being the talkie guy, despite being a wizard. Ah, it's right here. Okay. Alright, well, I am ready to get back into it, if we all are then.
Okay, dope.
As, let me just find some music to get back into, and then we'll just go back to town. Apparently we're playing town, I just forgot to hit the button on intermission despite having it up this entire time. Oh well! We'll just skip to another song and pretend I did it.
Yep.
Alright, in which case, I am going to go ahead and share with you that because I wrote it up since I knew I was going to, and get this one up. All right, there are 2 more quests for you guys to do. Well, it's like I don't know, playing Baldur's Gate. I was gonna make a joke about like an open world RPG.
For no XP or
It'll
Well,
be
then-
assigned later.
What's the goddamn pie?
You'll get XP. I'm giving you 250 just for doing the loan shark stuff, so let's fix 50 XP for everyone. Whoa, pay to win. Anyways, okay, you guys step out of the locksmith shop, the East Lock Smithy. What are we feeling? I'm gonna go ahead and move us up in our 30 minutes, so just because of the conversations and the confrontations.
So the guy's all about gambling. He said he was in like the, what was it?
The entertainment district.
That's it.
What did I call it? Because I don't have it on the.
Words fail me.
I don't have it on the public one, but I do believe I have it written on the book one. And if I don't, I have it written over here. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Oh boy, it would be people, I think. It's fine. Let me go to her. Trillin Plaza specifically is part of the entertainment district and the theater district, I should say. It's all entertainment, in my opinion. That would be basically the let me get my pointer. That would be this strip area, effectively. Like all of this is entertainment district.
Oh, that's a surprising amount.
I mean, it's a port town catering to travelers.
That's fair.
Something akin to like at least this. If I can this much. It's like that much at the very least. That sounds right. It's going to be all pretty much that right side part of the main road. Because you got that, and then you've got this part of the road that kind of splits, which is merchant stuff. Pretty much all that's merchant stuff right there, and then this is a little bit merchant stuff here and here.
Of the places that we know the guy goes, it's really like the probably like the gambling areas or the or like bars
Gambling areas,
based on...
inns, like bar hopping, inn hopping. Bar hopping being like tavern hopping in this case. You were also told that the Whispering Jasmine may be a place that he could have pawned stuff off of if he needed to get money to pay off debts.
Yeah. But it's a matter of, are we likely to find him there, like, now?
Yeah.
Which is... That'd be one hell of a coincidence.
It would be. You could also just go there to get information.
That's
as
true.
A side. See if you can collect anything. That would probably take you a few hours if you're just doing a general go around, though. So most likely, like until like probably until night at least. Like 7 at earliest, I say.
Alright. And then we also have the option of going to teacher as well.
Yeah, seeing if she has anything now that you've been away from her for just a little bit.
What do we
It's
think?
quite possible she is also with Agatha.
True. Yeah, what do we think, guys?
What do we think, King?
Good question.
Well, I know it's a good question. I want a good answer.
There's also potentially other leads that you guys have gone to but haven't followed back up on as well. But you do have this direction to go to. That's a bit more solid.
Okay, so we know who this guy is, and if he's still in town, then it's not likely he'll leave town within the day. So I almost feel like it would be wiser to gather a bit more information before we really go searching. So I think
Okay,
trying to track down Teacher might, or Wilda, might make the most sense.
Okay. Do we want to try to go back to that area with her? Or do we want to try to go to Agatha? I definitely say probably just to make things simpler because of how amount of time that's gone. I'd say Pyrrha probably would like find you guys because she's good at finding Ramin and kind of be like, "Hey, miss me? How's it going? Doing good?"
Yeah.
Alrighty. Your teacher said she'd meet you guys at the it depends on where you go next, but if it's too late, she'll meet you back at the church. Otherwise, she's gonna go to Agatha's.
Okay. We got some information, but and like a name as well. But nothing else solid yet.
Alrighty. Well, maybe Agatha has something.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Do you want to go Agatha's then?
Sure.
Alrighty. We'll get you guys to the Whispering Jasmine, move you guys up a bit more. Trek across town. Where is it? As I look again. I think it's this up here. Yeah. Pass you by another 30. I should really be saying 45, but you know, I did 30-minute increments. Come on. We'll round up when we need to later. All right. You guys head back to Agatha's. Stepping in, the shop is open for the day. However, not very busy at all. As you have the bell ring, and you see a Wilda standing by the, we'll say one of the shelves, just kind of like looking through a few things, and kind of grabbing a few things off the shelf. And she looks over and goes, "Oh, you're back.
Hi.
Saves any trouble having to go find you." I imagine you got a lead then if you're back here.
We have something that we will probably follow up on tomorrow.
Okay.
We found the owners of the tools that we found.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was some locksmiths.
Okay. I guess, yeah, that definitely makes sense.
And they're hobgoblins.
I imagine they are involved, not involved entirely.
No, but somebody that worked for them might.
All right, Pierre's music. Get out of here. That's better. Someone that worked for them. Okay.
That actually
Know
might be too
the
adventurous.
person's name?
Senatig.
Senatig, okay.
He is
Oh, maybe Agatha knows something.
tall,
what?
scruffy, lanky, and definitely a bugbear.
Oh. Alright, maybe something I can actually work with. Speaking of which, the tracks. I did a search around. It appears there were a few tracks there, though most of them didn't seem too related. The goat hoofs definitely did seem to be a strange thing, though I noticed beyond just your guys' tracks, the ones Attie's and I imagine Luka's, there was another set. And I'm going to guess that's our Inquisitor friend. That kind of went through there. as their tracks, they only went into the town and kept going. They disappeared, like you said, along the canal. I tried to do a little bit of searching, but I couldn't find anything. It's just too many different paths going to really track it. Whoever was going through there definitely knew what they were doing and could definitely hold their breath and swim for a while, I'd say. The canals are not super deep, only a few feet if you submerge yourself, but at least that part of town, but they can go for a while. If they didn't want to be spotted, they must have held their breath for a good while. Meaning it's someone who's good at endurance, at least. If we go for the idea of succubus, though, that's out of the window, I can guarantee you that right now. Succubus wouldn't need to hide their scent like that. They could have just disappeared. Or, I suppose, disguise themselves as someone else. But if a succubus was worried about that, then it means that they knew they were going to be followed by scent. Whoever did this is definitely intelligent. I can't say it could be a bugbear just because the tracks throw me off.
Well,
They're intelligent. It could have been some way to disguise it, but I wouldn't be able to tell you exactly how.
it doesn't sound like the Senatig is involved, potentially. Just he had a history of stealing tools and selling them off to pay off gambling debts.
Is that all you know about him?
And they had let him go because they found out about that, and the tools that we found were heirlooms of the locksmiths that he had taken on his way out.
Must have been worth quite a bit then. At least he assumed they were.
That's what I found wasn't a full set. There's another hammer.
Your hammer. Also, implications that there are other things, but they didn't really go into detail about it.
Yeah, but the hammer's the hammer.
So I
Yeah.
think it.
I was muted.
Ah, I see. Caught it early this time. As you're saying. She?
Oh, yeah. So our main lead is to either find Senatig or to find wherever he pawned off the thing so we can maybe find out who bought the stuff.
We're talking about pawn business now. Agatha kind of steps out from back.
Yeah.
Well, great. Because I do pawning.
Did you sell
So-
any hammers or things recently?
Recently? It just depends how recent you're talking about.
Did they look
tens
like
of
they were made of bone?
The handles definitely look like they were made of bone. They had a very specific design to them. You guys do have the hammer still, by the
Oh
way.
yeah, we do still have the hammer.
Would you like to
Good
present the
point.
hammer?
Yeah, I was gonna say it would have to look like this, and then I do a little juggle with the hammer.
Agatha kind of does a long whistle and goes, "Wow, that's been a bit since I've seen that one come through here. I didn't expect it to grace my presence the second time, especially for something like this."
Are you the one that sold it before?
I was the one who both got it sold to pay off a bit of debt and pawned it back off to someone else.
Was it from a really hairy, lanky guy?
If you're speaking of bugbear, yes, a bugbear did come in.
Yeah.
He's the one who sold it to me. He tried to keep himself cloaked and hidden, but if you know what you're looking for, bugbears aren't exactly that hard to spot. Though, they can be clever bastards.
Okay.
I have a no-ask policy when it comes to my customers. If they know, they know. And I don't need to, as long as it's nothing too bad. Let's say.
In that case, do you have a description as to who purchased them?
I purchased them. I can tell you quite well who did, in fact, more than just a description. It was one of the harbor boys that works for the captain, but down at the harbor, on the seaman. He worked for Captain Marvin, I believe, from memory. Came in and purchased the tools. Caught his eye. You have all sorts of strange types coming in here for superstitious purposes. That's part of the charm of this place, you know. We sell protective amulets and such. Seamen who have heard the rumors of such in my shop occasionally come here to buy protections against the evil eye and sea curses and all that. Good luck charms. Sometimes the mistresses do too.
That's not a
He
name we've
came
heard
in-
yet, Captain Marvin. Is it?
No, it is not.
Okay.
I can give you a bit of information about Captain Marvin if you wish.
Oh, yes,
Let me
please.
go get Captain Marvin's info for myself. Ah. As the name stands, he's a sea captain. Not quite born and raised here, but along the coast of this place. He operates a warehouse. Just call it his warehouse, Marvin's warehouse, over by the docks. And this place is pretty much one of his biggest operation sites. The man's done some business for me before, in the past. Though, I found his policies of asking to be a bit much for some of the things I desired. We had a mutual cut-off of the connection shortly afterwards, but I can guarantee you he's a good man. He does good business and he's wise. And to be frank, I actually have to give him credit for knowing when to stop when it came to the situations he had to deal with. So, I hold no grudges for him. In any case, yeah, like I said, he's done his business within the port for a few decades. Pretty much since... probably since he was around 30 or something. If we're talking the matters of these cases, actually it's kind of an interesting thing. Considering he actually had a good friendship with the fisherman that's involved with your Anita in this case. He had a good working relationship with both of them, in fact, before the entire incident occurred. Don't know what exactly happened between it, but I heard they had a falling out for a time. Well, more like your fisherman kind of closed himself off to most people for a while, a good while. What I heard though, the lad ended up closing up shop for a bit, did some traveling on a contract, came back. Him and Captain Marvin afterwards have some sort of making up. Notes real quick, see if there's anything further. Captain Marvin, though, if you talk about people who like gambling, Captain Marvin's a good gambler. The man sees profit. He likes to test it with a bit of a risk. Gambling just a matter that he likes employing sometimes to help stimulate his need. Help simulate it, too. No, I can't say he's a cheat for my knowing. Well, not one that doesn't tell that he's a cheat to begin with. If you gotta do any sort of business with him, chances are he'll put you to the test. Chances are he'll be quite frank about it, too. Imagine about you, kid, you might not be the best when it comes to lying out your pocket. So, if it comes down to it, you might have to rely on some of these other chaps.
Okay.
I don't keep too many tabs on what happens there. Mainly just the harbor for what business I got, so... Anything else you need to know, you can always go ask your fisherman friend here, if you want to get a bit more understanding of Marvin's character.
Okay. So potentially not succubus, but could still be succubus.
You're thinking of succubus now. Hey, a love demon. Oh, wouldn't that be a hoot?
Yes. He says, given that that is not at all really part of the description he was given.
Yes. Not incorrect for what you were given, just not quite what you were told, you know? Yeah. As for the hammer, like I said, one of his men came to buy it, brought it back, probably as, like, souvenir oddity. I tend to just sell a lot of things that are for special interests. Some of the things I sell here, as I said, are charms and such, protective good luck, talismans. For some customers who had to deal with some more deadly situations, oils and such extracts. I'm willing to sell anything to you, kid, if you need be. Potions, and the like. Though, I'm not gonna go ahead and give a discount just because of who you are. You still have to pay full price.
When was the last time that Sanatig came in here?
Sanatig? Let's see. He came in the first time, I believe, 2 months ago to sell the hammer. Get a lump sum of money to pay off a debt he mentioned. He came back about, I'd say roughly 2-3 weeks later with money in hand. But at that point, the hammer had already gone sold. He left off fuming, storming. Though bugbears tend to have their tempers, I made sure to remind him who he was dealing with. She gives a wicked smile.
Who bought the other hammer, anyways?
The other hammer?
Yeah.
Don't believe there was a second hammer. He only sold me one.
Oh,
So he might still have the other hammer, or he sold it to a different shop.
I think he might have sold it.
If you wanted
he
to sell a hammer as a set, I would have paid more for them. There's no reason why he would have just taken it and sold it to a different place.
And you were only sold the hammer?
Well, you only asked about the hammer. You sold me a hammer, a blowtorch, and a file.
Okay. And all of those went to the Captain Marvin.
Effectively.
Okay.
All of them had a unique sea charm to them. I heard the general story. Well, I do a bit of research on what I'm sold, after all. Well, I hear there were sea serpent bones that washed ashore at the locksmith's place. So I made sure to go ahead and advertise it as a special sort of sea serpent that protects against tempests and such, and the ship sinking. Kind of gives a wink.
Fair enough.
Hell if I know if it does that. But sea serpent bones tend to have their own charm to them. And it's very well possible that they do. Some magic is just the fact that people believe it can do that strong enough that it can.
I grew up in a superstitious town, so, you know.
You know?
Dimitri's not even going to question it.
Hey, we're in a superstitious town too. It's not any different.
Say, yeah, that all makes sense.
That all makes sense to me. And as for the underworld connections, I'm still looking into the business, so nothing's turned up. Though, since you only asked me about things in the past, and it's concerning this case,
I decided to do a bit of digging too, just to that's just interesting, really. I decided to do a bit of digging too, just in the last few days to see if anything turned up. It's easier to find information on more recent events than past ones. In any case, concerning your little operations down in the Logveld, the forest there, from my understanding, word on the street is that Bartholomew has paid you all to go ahead and set up shop there, right?
Yeah.
Well, from the sounds of it, he's setting up a circus procession that he was supposed to get you all involved in pretty soon, in fact. I think here the next day or two. Though with you all locked up, well, at least your ringleader, and one of your members, I'm not sure that's gonna go quite so smoothly. Word on the street, though, is that he's bringing out the menagerie procession held from the castle fortress. The thing they turned into the menagerie after the king decided to take his entourage and take a trip around. So, it's best to keep an eye out for that if you want some excitement. Though I'm sure you probably want to talk to the ringleader about that and see what the circumstances are. If he hasn't already told you. In any case, like I said, it's gonna take a
Do you
bit for
have
me to find any... Mhm.
Any info on Matthias of the Fletcher nests?
Matthias the Blackfish? Oh, it depends. What information do you want?
Well, they seem to have been the one that that the creature came from, or at least they were there also.
The creature.
Succubus. Just in case it wasn't succubus, I used the word creature.
You mean the... Okay, missing context if you're talking about the thing from last night? That
Yeah.
the chicken described? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll assume you provide the context then.
Well, I was also mean because we mentioned that we found the scent and we were like looking for it. I would have more mentioned that, but yeah, both works fine.
Gotcha. Yeah, she doesn't have the context on that otherwise. You're saying a succubus or something like that was there?
Yeah.
Well, it's possible, definitely. I can't put past the idea that a succubus is in town. It's actually fairly feasible.
That's why I was wondering if you knew anything about him, like, this seemed normal for him, or...
What exactly seems normal? Succubus visiting? I don't think that's... I think that's as normal as the case went several months back, don't you?
Fair enough.
Matthias was discovered in bed by his, at the time, fiance, though really fiance is a very lenient term. Lover, we'll say. Lisbeth. Think she's a spinster or something from memory. What I know and heard about the case is that, like I said, he was discovered in bed laid up. He had claw marks on him, drained of energy. His lover discovered him, Lisbeth at the time, and they reported it as a succubus attack shortly after. And blaming Anita for it because he saw visions of her in his sleep. Apparently had been haunting the poor lad for a while now. The rumor mill has it, and what's been spread around especially, is that Matthias's affections for her that went on for a better half of 2 years, I think, was caused by Anita charming him the entire time. Only true love's first kiss by Lisbeth broke the spell after long enough. Oh, so they like the embellish. Matthias snapped out of it.
dedicated himself to his, at the time, lover. And shortly after, ended up finding himself in bed, needing stitches. It just so happens after the case got resolved and Nita was burnt, that he ended up dumping Elizabeth a month later. For her lady friend, Dorothy. The clothier heiress or such. Well, I can tell you, had been on fairly intimate terms with for a while, from the sounds of it. Now, is there anything else you want to know about Matthias?
Not off the top of my head.
Like I said, they had a history with a succubus, but take that with what you will. It's possible one of them could have went to him disguised. Though, be more like an incubus, really, a dream demon. In that case, same difference, though. It's possible that they're taking another shot at him. Why, after this long, I gotta tell you. Maybe they just want the kicks out of ruining people's love lives. That sounds like a succubus to me. If anything, if you suspect that a succubus has visited him, perhaps you should do a bit of monitoring and take a deeper look, have a conversation with him, see if he seems charmed as such. That's the easiest way to figure it out. You've got people with you who know how to do that, don't you? Detect the magical impulses of the creatures.
Huh.
Maybe?
Detect magic is what she is saying.
Oh, I thought it was like detect emotions or detect thoughts.
That also works, though.
I mean, if we're dealing with a succubus, then
Detect suck.
yeah. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
Detect thoughts.
Detect thoughts, yeah. Detect thoughts with only 5 letters.
It's like a meteor or just meat.
Yeah.
Detect thought.
Meteor or
Meat.
meteor. He talks so slow though.
Meteor.
Meteor.
Meteor wing.
Don't get it.
Eeyore?
Oh, Eeyore. Okay.
I said meteor wing is a Digimon thing.
My talent is wasted here.
My talent is wasted. No, I got it. We'll chime back in to finish what she was saying before Agatha interrupted, though. She's like, well, like I said, I went and checked. I don't believe necessarily that's a succubus who went there. I don't think it's the bugbear, but it's definitely something that could leave behind tracks. There was only one set of tracks there, and it was a creature that needed to get its scent off. Meaning it was well aware that someone could track it by scent to begin with. Meaning this is definitely premeditated, obviously. With everything set up there, 100%. That also means that brings up an interesting question, though. If it was premeditated, then it means someone was already expecting this entire affair to happen. And someone who knew that the circus and the people there were going to be that it wanted to attack were going to be there. Could have been a spur-of-the-moment decision, but how do you explain the entire grate being like that, set up ahead of time? That's not a thing you can do just overnight without suspicion being drawn to you. Guess you could, but...
I mean, it was also day 5 or 6.
5 days, definitely. It means so that they set it up with the plan to attack whoever was there.
Yeah.
I guess the question is, who was it trying to attack? Or if it was just trying to indiscriminately attack people.
Probably a bit of both. We'll have to figure out, but I'm going off. Maybe just anyone, because it didn't seem to focus on anyone specifically.
Would you like to give me a wisdom check to recall?
Because I remember, I can do that. I remember specifically, like, it did go after her, but it also went after a bunch of just people.
So, from what you can recall in the brief moment of people it went after several people in specific. You do remember the fact that one of them went after Miriam, and Lipo jumped in the way to, like, protect her, and then got, like, knocked out.
Yeah.
As it, like, receded afterwards. You do know for a fact that, like, a woman ran out of the tent and got attacked. You know that, like,
Oh, it
a few,
focused on
like,
females. Didn't even think about
okay,
that.
yeah.
Like, that's him having a role. It's like, oh, it seemed to target females. Huh. I didn't even think about that until...
Oh, it seems like you have a lead now. A succubus targeting females. Wants to ruin someone's love life, perhaps.
Or maybe it was after someone specific, but it couldn't tell. And so it had to go with generically just females.
There's the entire matter of the violinist, too.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the point of that? Well, if you ask me, someone would only want to do that if they left a message behind. That's a lot I've heard and been told. As a reminder, you do have that, what the violinist's stanza was in the story section available to you.
Mm-hmm.
Stanza number 1, for a reminder. So what are we thinking, lads? What case are we building up right now, then? Think it might be a succubus or someone involved with one that is specifically trying to attack women. Or at least a woman and got them confused.
Let me actually look at that stanza real quick. But...
You also know that they premeditated the entire event at least 5 days in advance. Or at most 5 days in advance. Somewhere around that ballpark, if you're assuming that.
Clock is... Clock and plum hats had come to our door like a reference on it's definitely written... Or it definitely seems like it's written from the... perspective of Anita. Which I think is a conclusion we already came to.
Mhm.
Considering the so kicking and screaming I was taken away and yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, people don't usually leave such messages behind unless they want someone to know. If they would just want to kill indiscriminately, they wouldn't have to do such. Oftentimes, in my experience, when someone does this in a crowd, they're aiming for a particular target and using the others obscure, unless they wish to target more than one person, in which case the same policy stands. You
And
see
we're-
thieving crews do it. You see assassination crews and such do it often.
Were the only victims women, or were there men in there too?
You guys don't know. You've never actually fully checked on them.
That may be something we follow up on.
If anything, if you wanted to look at the victims, I imagine there's a few places, definitely.
Normally it would be something like the morgue, but in this case, if the bodies are collected for the investigation by the church, probably the monastery might have them stored. Though from what I hear, they prefer cremation. They might get permission from the family members in some cases, but the case falls completely under jurisdiction. They tend to resort to cremation rather quickly after they're done with them. I know Ramin has a stanza written on him. I imagine he probably shares this with the rest of them just to make sure everyone can see. I thought kind of taking a look at it too. Just to have her opinion on the matter, I think. Oh, you're certainly right that it seems to be written from Anita's perspective. It does seem to be written particularly about a certain crime. After all, half the stanza seems to be dedicated to one individual in particular, doesn't it?
The man who accused her. Whose name escapes me.
Mattias, the Black Birch,
Yeah,
the Fletcher.
the Fletcher.
It only really refers to them or to him, other than like the torture that she underwent before being burned.
It almost doesn't make sense. Unless he was there, he could have been. But why wasn't he targeted then? Luka, do you know who all was in attendance, who showed up? What that kind of says to you, Luka.
Basic
what do you-
idea.
Got an idea?
Yeah, I didn't specifically, because we're kind of free flowing on who comes and goes, but I have an idea of who was around, but yeah.
It might be something that you can take a look at with the other troop members then. I'm sure one of them probably handles the entrance and stuff.
Yeah.
Have we discussed that this could be? Hey, Greasy.
It could be Greasy.
It could be
Greasy's that cat that
Greasy.
showed up.
Damn it,
Meow,
Greasy.
meow, meow, meow,
Greasy, why
Uh.
did you stare at them so and then cause everything go bad?
meow.
You
we were
caused
discussing the idea that this whole thing could be someone seeking revenge for her.
I don't think anyone's actually discussed that angle of someone else is doing it for revenge.
Such a lust for revenge.
Lust for revenge. Ooh.
She was
It's
a
definitely
liked
angle.
person, you know, in general.
Yeah, she was a well-liked person.
Yeah.
From what you've heard about her, she was definitely a well-liked person by the harbor.
So we should be by the harbor.
Yeah. She had plenty of miners by the harbor. Women especially, though, despised her to a degree. No, she had friends among them. Anita had friends with Miriam, friends with, well, as I said. Marvin was an acquaintance with them, a good one from what I know. A few other people who have been around the harbor here and there have a relationship or know of her. Well, I heard she was an exotic beauty, as a lot of travelers put it, men walking through. The sailors in particular are very fond of her.
Well, if it was revenge for and went for Miriam, then unless it was an indiscriminate against women thing, then that feels off.
Might be something to look into then, to see where that
That was Shane
discrepancy-
speaking.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Hey, I don't know. Dimitri can have his moments.
I'm in my more natural register than my Dimitri one.
That's fair.
Hi, I'm Dimitri.
I caught it as Dimitri. That was my bad.
Well, you know, targeting women. If some women despised her,
Well, hell, there was definitely plenty of people who spread nasty rumors about her.
I mean, if someone
I heard, I believe, there was cases of... What was it? Her cat, I think. The black one, whatever she called it. Plenty of rumors, from what I've heard, were speaking of how the cat often was sighted around the shops and stuff before disasters happened. And so happened that they had good bouts of fortune afterwards. Well, one strategy ended up becoming... someone else's strategy ended up becoming Hide's fortune and Anita's. So, you know, you have frivolous talk about women saying how the cat stole milk from them or stole fish and such. Though I hear Hide's business definitely took a boom since its arrival. Back after Anita joined him. I wouldn't know much more about it. You'd have to ask the man himself. Their history.
Suppose we may have to. Okay. Hum. So yeah, it could be like the...
I think that gives us a couple avenues to look into at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's potential enemies, but we could also look at potential friends.
Look into who it was specifically who was injured.
We
maybe,
should talk to...
and how they're doing.
We should talk to Miriam. Because she might
There's
know
a few
who-
avenues. There's that. There's also, at the beginning, talking to Captain Marvin as well about the hammer.
Because Miriam might know other friends of, or like good acquaintances of Anita.
Mm-hmm.
If they're potential causes.
Acquaintances, enemies, perhaps.
Yeah. The fact that it could be either is it's kind of tough.
Mm-hmm.
That definitely does not narrow things down.
Yeah.
There's
also the
only
entire
people that
stanza
narrows
being about. Yeah.
the only people that narrows out is people who are generally neutral to her, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, fairly, honestly. I mean, I feel like that's just how it goes, though. You know?
Yeah, therein lies the issue.
Therein lies the issue. I gotta get you guys a chart so you guys can start labeling them as friends and enemies. Yeah, there's definitely a few different bits of avenues to go down, I think. One lead suddenly turns into several, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Unless you want to know anything else, I think that's all I can really tell you right now, without you going out and go finding the clues for yourself.
Okay.
Like I said, I'll do a little bit more research and a little bit more tracking down in the underworld to see if there's anything else. About her case in particular, though, it wouldn't hurt to continue looking into matters concerning this as well, this current case. If there's anyone you want me to look into, in ways that I can anyways, then feel free to ask while I'm at it. Though it'll cost you. She gives a smile. I don't work for free after all.
Okay.
Was any of this anything that we can look into further tonight? What time is it?
I say after her conversation, like getting here, kind of doing the roundup as I was doing before, I say this is probably pretty close to just 7 at the moment. Okay, apparently it doesn't do both of them at the same time anymore. I had it all set up to just do one go.
Well, do we want to be especially early risers, or do we want to sneak around in the dark?
I am not a very sneaky fellow.
My advice, if you want to be early risers and actually be there when most people are up, I'd aim for 6 a.m., 7. Most shops are open by then.
Mm-hmm. I imagine fisher folk get up early too, or anyone on the
Particularly,
harbor.
you might have some harbormen that get up at 5. Though I find men that are on the sea often to be lazy on land. Something about them are sluggish. Slugs. You know.
They're slugs?
Just not the natural element. Now, before we get into this, I can't confirm whether or not there are slug people or not in town. But I don't think that quite.
Okay.
Now, shark people. Not gonna confirm that either. Not without it being worth money.
Can you confirm anything?
It depends on what you want confirmed.
I don't know.
I don't know if I can then. In any case, lads, as I said, I offer more services than just information. Pay for information, pay for protection. It's what I specialize in. I haven't given you my entire advertisement after all. I'm botanical, an antique shop, a pawn shop. I deal in curiosities in general. And I do specialize in charms and remedies. Natural remedies, herbal, such, as well as bane items against certain creatures. Oils are effective against monsters. Healing potions, curative, regular home elixirs, and protective items. I sell cloaks and rings that can aid in your protection against enemies and threats if it ever comes up. If you come upon the money.
Unfortunately, we've given away a chunk of our money today.
What a shame, it seems you have to earn yourself more while in town. Who knows, if this goes anywhere deep, you might be able to find your pockets a little laden. There's nothing wrong with a bit of property seizure if someone's already gonna lose it to begin with. Especially if the Eternal Flame is involved. I tell you, the churches have a history with confiscation once someone becomes a heretic. That tends to be very liquidated assets. Speaking from personal experience. Witnessing, anyways. You should be glad that she didn't own the shop he works in, rather vice versa. Otherwise, he wouldn't have a shop, I'd imagine.
Huh.
Well then, will that be all?
I think so.
Because I'm a rather busy lady. If it doesn't look like it.
Yeah. We'll call upon you if we need you again.
Very well. Waldo kind of looks to you and goes, "Oh, I suppose it's time I join back up. Little lady. I've got something I need you to do for me while you're in town." Waldo shoots her a glance. "Oh, don't do it like that with me. You exactly... Like I said, I charge for my services. I'm preparing the young master here a pair of traveling clothes, attire, and equipment, as you asked. That doesn't come for free now. My knucklehead apprentice has worked his way to earn his share. I said the same should go, but because they are a bit on a mission right now of their own, you'll have to be responsible for his share." She pulls out a slip of paper and hands it over to Wilda. "I've got a monster extermination job for you to take care of. Clientele. A give and take situation. And trust me, this one is the one you want to take care of if you want those wares, one way or another. After all, that is your specialty, ain't it? It's what you're raised for." Fine. Takes the
You want
slip,
help?
takes a look at it. It's probably best I take care of it. Besides, you're on your investigation, she says. And this doesn't seem to be too far away. I'll probably just be gone for a day or two.
Okay.
You're able to get along without me, right? If it's just for that long?
I think so.
Very well. If anything comes up, especially monster related, keep it in mind. When I get back, I'll be able to take a look at it. And if not, I can take a look at it for you. If we're dealing with demons and such, succubus, or anything of cursed relations, magical nature or such that's outside your wheelhouse, you can call upon my services for a fee. She kind of does a money sign towards you.
Woman loves her money.
Love my money. Money doesn't lie.
Money doesn't talk?
Exactly. It doesn't lie if it can't speak. Not on its own, anyways. There's the tricky bastards that hand it out are the liars.
I see.
Oh boy, I can tell for now that you're definitely not merchant quality. On the road long enough, you'll pick up skills, though. I guarantee you that. You'll pick up the savviness of how to deal with people. Anyways, be off with ya.
Okay.
Righty. Guys get kicked out of shop as well to get sent out to do a mission to pay for your guys' traveling stuff.
Thanks, well done.
You're welcome.
Also, damn it, a reason for her not to be here.
Exactly.
No.
Go hunt monsters, Monster Hunter.
No.
No, it's only like a day or two. She'll be back.
No.
Mom, where?
I'll be just right back. I just gotta get up and grab something. If you guys want to figure out where you want to go.
I genuinely don't know if there's anywhere it would be reasonable to go tonight.
Yeah, they've been like spying on random things, you know.
We have a solid few leads. In that case, we have searching for Senatig, going to Captain Marvin. Miriam could know about.
Alright, I'm back.
Miriam could
You got
know
any
about
ideas?
the relationships that Anita had. For
Oh, I can
I guess
this is
update
a-
character bio. Can't I?
Miriam is at home, quote unquote, home base, I guess. If we
Yeah,
want
We
to
could-
talk to her.
we could just talk to Miriam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be,
Absolutely.
be wiser
It's
too.
getting towards dinner time.
Are the docks, because I can't really see them on the map, I don't think.
Docks
are-
up here?
That would be because I'm not scrolled up to there.
Yeah, that would do.
I mean, if we want to tomorrow take a search around
Oh,
for,
she-
for Senatig on our way to the harbor, then...
She will also give you the information on the map for where you can find Marvin, by the way, as I go look for that.
Okay.
Where is it? The Voldmarie. That's one of them. Zombie was like, I don't got that. I was like, ah, shit. She'll also give you the location of his warehouse, just in case. And I will
Okay.
get info about that shared. And get it in the main, the big record.
Okay, so like right at the end of the district. Yeah, so we can take a search around the entertainment district tomorrow, and then head to the docks.
All right.
Voldmarie, ups. One.
Are there any other places that
there.
we can put on an itinerary for tomorrow? That seems like the most obvious places right now.
You guys got the Voldmarie or Marvin's warehouse, basically a dock area. If you want to go check with him, you also can go talk to Hide for gathering information about a few things at the Hook Bill's Reel. A
Which
reminder, he was the one who housed Anita.
Okay, so that's also in the docks. So we have to generally scour the entertainment district, and
Yeah.
if
entertainment
Senatig
district,
is
this
or
area.
Senatig is actually connected to this beyond having sold off things, then hopefully we find him there. Otherwise, going back to home base to the church or the orphanage, one of them. I think the orphanage.
The orphanage is where she stays at mostly because she's helping kids. Church, orphanage, same area pretty much.
To talk to Miriam about friends or enemies of Anita.
Alrighty, so we're going to go talk to her right now then? You
Yeah,
said?
and considering how late it's getting, then we'll just stay the night.
Gotcha. We'll get you all the way over there. I'm just going to round up for the hour to account for everything. All right, you guys head back to the orphanage for the night. You don't see Hans here tonight. It seems he's doing some business elsewhere, as you miss him for the day. But you do end up in the orphanage. Dinner time. Ramin being out for the day. He didn't prepare dinner. He didn't help her. He loses affection points by gaining none.
No.
He has to reach 30 before the end of it to do the marriage proposal ending. Anyways. Yeah, you guys head to the orphanage and you sit down and you are given dinner for the night. as everyone's pretty much ready to eat at this point. Just waiting for Ramin, honestly. It's not too long. It's fine.
Can't believe while we're having like an investigation, a story. Ramin's having a multi-path dating sim.
Absolutely. I haven't even introduced the third option yet.
Snak wouldn't have it any other
shit.
way.
Actually, I did. He just hasn't earned any affection points for Wilda. There you go.
Oh, not Wilda.
It takes
I thought you were gonna
100
say
to get her
Katarina, or
ending.
not Katarina,
You have to save scum and play with RNG.
It's the worst.
Varying point values. You have to keep reloading until you get the maximum. There is... because I like this, I'm gonna play the home music for this one. Gondola. Alright. Yeah, you guys have a nice, pleasant dinner, all of you giving, whoever desires it, but all the people from the church giving their prayer for the meal. As, it's a bit of a rowdy night for the children. So everyone's kind of, like, eating, chewing. A nice dinner goes by, as I imagine no conversation will happen until after. About the case. Yeah. We don't want to give the children any imagination about this.
Last thing we need is the
We're
kids
gonna
actually
have
doing
battle
things.
imagination.
I know! It went bad so bad last time! I can hear the silence. I can hear it in your voice. Disappointment in there. What are you talking about? Nothing bad would ever happen when kids get involved. And situations beyond them.
The kids aren't getting involved.
The kids aren't getting involved. Okay. Dinner gets finished and you guys are left with a fairly cleaned up room. As Ramin, I imagine, is helping do dishes. And Miriam is getting them put away as you guys are sitting around the table. I must say, having a kind will around for the nights, at least as long as you guys stay here, is definitely a relief.
Attie holds her head up proudly.
It's good to know that we have such a good guard dog for our church.
I do what I can.
I talked to the father about potentially getting a kind wolt. They are bred around here frequently and sold around. Oh, are you not aware?
She makes a face.
Oh, I apologize. That must be insensitive. Well, in this region, I mean, we have a lot of travelers coming through. A lot of exotic animals do come through here, especially for the menagerie. King's menagerie, but I mean, travelers do occasionally come through with certain magical beasts. Kindwolf's being one of them. They're a very good hunting dog, especially for some of the, I should say some of the, not that we have to deal with, threats, I guess, around here. It's more in the suburbs and beyond. Really, beyond the suburbs, especially the mountain passages around the area. We don't, thankfully, have to deal with any trolls here, and oftentimes the Silver Rose takes care of that. That's a lot more deeper in, but occasionally we do deal with some nasty creatures and monsters. Nothing too terrible, but having a kindwolt on the road is definitely a necessity for some travelers, especially merchants. They're loyal, fierce companions. Though having one of your variety is different. Usually people don't invest too heavily in getting gravehounds.
I guess it isn't as lucrative a task, but I think very fulfilling in its way.
But it is definitely a peace of mind for those who wish to protect their loved ones. From, I suppose, forces that wish to disturb them. And it still is very much a concern, I think. I don't know what I'd do if my mother and father were disturbed. Oh, we keep them close by. Well, I mean, we keep the empty graves close by anyways. She gets some of the dishes put up. In silence for a moment. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've seen or heard around town that, you know, people are into their own forms of entertainment. Hunting is one thing. The church doesn't particularly like it, though, but we can't do anything if that's what the king desires. So, usually it's the town council who runs this place anyways. Those who do hunt take kind wolves with them, but in some cases I've heard that they do things like bear baiting here. You know, I'm sure you've seen cockfighting already. It's a pastime for those who have nothing better to do, honestly. But some people like chaining up things like bears and such to in a courtyard and having dogs, hunting hounds, if for a big spectacle, if they can get some kind wolves to attack them and kill them. It's a big thing, especially over in the entertainment district. I don't know if I personally like it.
Bloodthirsty city.
It's personally, I don't think it's a good hobby to partake in, but none of the churches actually condone it. They don't advise against it. I mean, this entire land is a bit plagued by monsters and such that kind of threaten our livelihoods. And I imagine you, being from the village, have to deal with them a lot more out in the wilderness. Here we have at least a little bit of safety from the walls and the town guards and the Silver Knights. The Silver Rose definitely play their part. On top of, merchants who come through, mercenaries who need to find work as well, and other travelers. This is still a relatively safe area, but people don't like the wilderness. It's frightening to them. There's plenty of merchants who've gone out there and never come back. Plenty of people who've unfortunately lost loved ones from it. I'm just glad that this place is such a safe haven compared to out there. No, they don't believe monsters have souls. It's not something to be up in a tizzy about because it's simply, I guess, it's man's nature to want to, overcome nature, I guess. That's how they try to advertise it. To them, it's a triumph. Though, I will say that magical beast fighting is typically not allowed. Kindwolves are an exception because they are crossbreeds with dogs and such. At least that's what my dad always used to tell me, from my understanding of them. But anything more dangerous beyond just like wild animals such as bears or, God forbid, lions, if they bring them over from Esnazel or southern Caesarea, typically aren't allowed for such sports. So you won't see anything like, I don't know, a manicore or something. Those are way too dangerous to be having, and the church definitely will crack down on it. The Silver Rose, I can guarantee you, will stop that type of operation. They're intimidating, and sometimes they're a bit pushy with the way they do things, but I can't say that they're in the wrong all the time. They do their part. I just wish that they were a little bit more lenient for certain people. kind of shoulders slouch a bit.
Mm-hmm. You can certainly agree on that.
I'm muted.
Oh,
Oh.
who are you? I was like,
I just asked this. I only said one thing.
What did you say?
I said, speaking of, you were friends with Anita, right?
Yes, I think she probably was my best friend for a while.
Okay. What was her? Did she have friends other than you?
I mean, yeah, she had friends, just, a few women, though typically she was friends with the sailors and such. Well, more like they were her admirers, I suppose. She had a few friends here and there, some falling outs, and Katarine's situation with her.
Hmm.
I believe Lisbeth was a friend of hers for a bit, though the entire Mattia situation kind of soured that after a while. Let's see, I think some of the girls around her also, but, I swear, you have friends for a while, and then, situations happen, and suddenly they talk behind your back. I feel like that was Anita's case. Well,
I don't.
Uh,
I don't, but okay.
There's a lot of people that are like, and Dimitri's like, I actually don't.
I actually have no idea.
I have no idea. But I will choose to believe you.
I do not know this
I
woman.
believe
Well,
you.
only my books.
You only know what's in your books. Yeah, it's so true.
I lived with a middle-aged man for my entire childhood. That I
How am I
remember.
supposed to know women? I don't even think he's ever touched a woman.
You're right. I don't think that women would allow my master to touch them.
No, I think that would definitely be a danger.
Oh God.
I can now imagine his master being like women. The inferior, you do not need to associate with them, and then it cuts to him getting turned down. Like he's trying to...
His master
You fucking see
getting
his
turned down.
backstory,
His
and he's
master,
turned down so much.
his master going like, no, Elias, you have to understand. You have to make it to 35 without getting involved with women to become a true wizard. That's not what my books say, but okay, buddy.
The master
books are you reading?
36.
The lies spread by the government. Slimes is just freaking angry.
Why?
Crying
Why
to
do
himself.
you have so many romance novels for a guy that never gets any?
You don't understand the needs of a wizard.
There's a lot of temptations you have in life for 35 years to become a true wizard. You have to learn. Sometimes someone just has needs.
Is the implication that he's 35 but still considered an old man, or am I understanding this wrong?
Isn't it 35 to gain your first level or something? I forget what the joke is.
You have to make it to 35 without having sex to become a wizard.
Yeah.
You have to make it to 60 to become an archmage.
Man isn't aiming for archmage status, but he does want to be a wizard. What we call in the business coward.
Elias is like, I can be wiser than my master ever was, and I can live whatever kind of life I want to lead to get there.
Where were we? We were in the conversation about Anita's friends, right?
Anita's friends, yeah.
Yeah. She was like, yeah, Elizabeth, I knew some of the girls by Madame Yara's place liked her. I still visit there. Madame Yara tends to be pretty good with the ladies. Honestly, if it wasn't for the fact that she was working for Hida, I imagine Madame Yara wanted to snipe her too. And get her under her wing to work in her shop. I
What
do
type of shop
remember
was
her
it?
making a few proposals. What were you saying, Sid? Sorry?
What type of shop was it?
Oh, the Fair Maintenance Wheel. It's a spinster's workshop. Here,
Okay.
I can show you on your map if you want.
Addie, like, what
It's-
is a spinster?
Let me mark
Oh,
it down on your
Spencer's-
map.
Why you mark it down on your map? Hey, look, it's over here.
Hey, it's next to the Fletchers.
Yeah. A bit of distance, but you know. Further down, basically at the bottom of the mountain there, in that little region.
Yeah, it's like a good, like 150 feet away.
150 feet, but you
Plus-
have to like climb up like the mountain,
Yeah,
like
so-
staircase.
It's
So you
a
have to
you
kind of go
cannot
around.
take the direct route. Yeah.
No.
Mhm.
Gotta like
You
go
know,
up the
close.
stairs. Yeah.
Close in the sense of closer than other key landmarks.
Hmm. Oh, a spinster is a woman, or well, spinster. They're people who spin thread to make like silk and stuff, or like cotton and such. You know,
Oh, I
anything used to make clothing.
There are people. Who
Nita
spin-
specialized in both weaving and spinning. She was good at both of them. She ended up doing a lot of the work for Hida on sailcloths, and she also knew how to weave rope as well.
Rope?
She did a few other things, but that was her specialty. Oh, and she did do repair work for sailors' clothing and stuff. Hida, you know, owns a chandlery, so beyond just being a fishing shop, he also stocks supplies for like supplies amenities for anyone needing to go out to sea. So he did a lot of stuff for sailors, contract work as well. His shop was kind of small before Anita came, and afterwards he started hiring a few people. Right now he actually has a few people working for him just so he can maintain all the contracts he has at the moment. I still visit there occasionally. He seems to be doing good. But no, I'd say Madame Yara, some of the girls there. Elizabeth at one point, she works for Madame Yara, but like I said, after the Matthias situation and everything, they had a bit of a falling out. I mean, there's probably a few ladies around, but I could not tell you all their names off the top of my head. And between business and such, you know.
We're adding so many waypoints. Tomorrow will be a busy day.
Tamara, that's a carrot. No. I say that, and yet. I like waypoints.
Yippee!
Ah,
The map
tough,
is
dude.
filling out. Yippee!
Yeah, we're getting there. Let me also double check my main thing for Anita to see if there's any more information that I haven't given you guys yet. Open up my books. Is there any other people that liked her that I have written down specifically? Anita. I mean, I know Lipo visits her shop often.
Lipo?
Yeah, he's, you know, the... kind of scratched her head. He's in the church right now because he saved me. Back the other day. From the attack, if you remember.
Dimitri, my
He's,
shade doesn't.
He's the young boy, the tan boy, who came in to deliver the fruits and such. He works by
Oh.
the harbor.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, he did. He visited her shop sometimes. I mean, Lipo, you know, as I said, he works in the harbor. I ended up getting him some work down there after a bit. That was a bit after, well, a bit before, but he ended up changing professions after a bit after that all. And became a shipwright's apprentice. I think before he wanted to become a wood carver. sorts. I think carpenter. Similar to his father. But he used to visit it with me on occasions, and also on his own. To be honest, I don't tell him if he wakes up, but I'm pretty sure he had a bit of a crush on her, if I were to be honest. But like I said, there's plenty of boys and men who definitely found her attractive. I knew before he made, when he was practicing whittling and woodwork, more general fashion, I knew he made her charms and such before. He still does for us. She kind of like looks around and picks up like a toy wooden horse. He did this one for the kids before, a few weeks ago. And he does a few other things when he has the time in between his work as an apprentice. I did make sure to let Mullerk know that we're keeping him. So, if you run into him at the harbor, just let him know that he's doing fine still. He's stable, but hasn't woken up yet. Assuming he doesn't wake up tomorrow, hopefully. I can't tell him himself. That Mullerk being the person who employs him.
Okay. Mullerk.
Malark. That's a bunch of malarkey. I put in a comma instead of an M. There we go.
Alarky.
Malarkey. She will also go ahead and just let you guys know where the shipyard is if you end up running him there at any point. Just so you have that. Okay. I'll get you a proper entry for Molek later on when you get more information about him, I think.
Okay.
Right. Anyone else for Anita? Well, there was her cat she owned. That was probably one of her, yeah, I'd say a pretty good friend for her.
How
should have
long
seen
did
that cat.
she-
How long does she own him?
And what was his name?
I think she called him Shakor.
Thought you were gonna say Chicago.
Chicago. Look, America doesn't exist in any form or fashion, but that doesn't mean I can't steal terms from it in here. He was Shakor. He was a black cat. I think she bought him off of a merchant ship, or I believe it was a merchant ship of, well, let's see. That would have been probably 2-3 years ago. So she's owned him for a while. Though Shakor was more of a stray for a while. She let him kind of run around and do his own thing, but he tended to stick by the harbor pretty much all the time. And you should have seen him. That cat definitely had an interesting talent. When Hide went out to fish and had the nets and stuff set up, Shakor would be able to reel them in on his own. And sometimes he'd haul in an entire net of like tuna and such.
Talent is a very generous phrase for that.
And it seemed that Shakor was his lucky charm. I mean, like I said, he was Anita's. She bought him off of a merchant after he fled from their ship, but just because she took such a liking to him. But whenever he was around Hide, he tended to have pretty good hauls. And business ended up booming pretty good afterwards, I'd say. She called him a lucky charm. Oh, by the way, in Caesarea, from what she told me, black cats are actually good luck, if you didn't know. We tend to think of them as bad luck here. Good luck in the theaters, as I hear, and good luck in, in general in Caesarea. So she considered him a good luck charm.
Okay.
No, like I said, I think I told you before, Shakur definitely didn't like certain people, like Katarine and Mattias. Yeah, oftentimes they had pretty disastrous moments when they earned his ire.
But did that bring them any harm at any point?
Other than smelling like fish and having sea brine dropped onto them.
Just bad
Maybe
luck
a
stuff,
jar
then.
hitting them?
Hmm.
I can't say anything particularly harmful happened to them beyond just like I have to define it as harmless incidents that happened when they were around Shakur. It was more of annoyances, I think, that kind of perturbed them, sent them off. Things that they would need to leave because of.
Hmm. Well, that adds to our already quite large schedule for tomorrow, I think.
Mhm.
I'm glad that you're able to find this much information. Sounds like you're having a pretty good go about it, at least.
We are doing what we can.
That's all I can ask. Well, I suppose in this case, that's all Ramin can ask, huh? No spite, by the way. No spite. Zero. Well, I'm not sure I can tell you any more, unfortunately, about friends. I mean, like I said, a lot of people were more admirers to her than friends necessarily, though they kind of coincide, really. A lot of the ladies didn't, well, ironically, didn't all that much like her to degrees. She was too much of a attention hog to them. Men flocked to Anita so much. But she was a ray of sunshine, honestly. And she'd take strolls around there in the theater district, the harbor, and such. A lot of times they would have traveling performers and stuff, and she'd dance along with them and sing with the music. I mean, honestly, whenever you went by the harbor, you could hear her singing. It was pretty beautiful. There was just something about it, like, you know, the sea breeze and the rolling waves. Just felt natural, calming. Like a part of the harbor that would never leave. And, you know, I guess now it's just the sea breeze and the waves. And I still feel like there's part of her that still exists on the wind and waves, even among the hustling and bustling of people.
Yeah, the ghost.
The what? Though I did make sure, despite what the Silver Flame wanted, I did make sure that we got her buried in the cemetery. Usually witches don't get that big of treatment.
We gotta go to the cemetery.
I get to go to the cemetery.
You gotta go to the cemetery! Freaking, the only reason I made the cemetery such a thing is because I literally put it as Anita's place of residence.
Oh my god. That's morbid.
I had to put it there. I couldn't just leave it blank. So I was like, yeah, we can just have the cemetery there. I mean, to be fair, like, you know, you got a few peoples whose parents and loved ones are buried there enough that I feel like it earns its spot. There you go. You can have it.
Yay! Yay!
And I should actually share it. Oh, I did share it. Hell yeah.
I see
Cemetery.
the thing. Where's the cemetery?
Literally to the right
I
again.
see. Right here, baby.
Some of these I did actually make custom. If you didn't notice, I redid the church. I did a custom one for it,
Nice.
and the cemetery is also custom. I think the warehouse is also custom, and I think there's probably one more thing, but I don't think it's showing up. Any case. Yeah, she goes, I did make sure, though, that we got her buried in the cemetery. The Silver Rose tends to not treat witches very well. It's part of a policy, really, for most people that I hear hunt witches. They tend to bury them in crossroads outside of towns, give them no rest. But I couldn't see it. Not for her. I pled to Zacharias, and he relented. He's not such a bad guy. He at least has that much pity and mercy to him, to allow her to at least burial. If people don't like it, the church wanted us to bury her in the corner. So, it's unmarked as much as they can force me to. But she's there, at least. And hey, I can feel good at least knowing that she's protected by a kind wolf. At least for a little bit during this entire fiasco. She smiles, looking at you, Attie.
She nods. I will take careful care over her.
Thank you. Yeah, like I said, that's pretty much all I know for friends. You can probably ask Hide, though. I'll be honest, other than what I told you, I don't know if Hide would know more than I do. I mean, yeah, they're cousins and all, but, you know. He wasn't really such a people person. He often keeps to himself. Very stoic man, though he's been a bit more outgoing at least recently, so I'm glad to see he's recovered. Some. Though, more of like stoic determination. To, get better. That's all I can hope for him.
Well, thank you. Oh,
You're
wait.
welcome.
You said a lot of people didn't like her as much. Were there anybody other than, blanking on name. Hold on, I got it.
Katerine?
Fuck. Yes. Other than Katerine, were there anybody that were particularly not as...
Didn't like her?
Yeah.
Kind of bites her lip. Let's see. Well, you know how Tebow is. Though I think that's more of an after-fact thing. There was probably a few religious figures, especially people who attended the monastery's church and stuff, Ludabunts, that probably didn't like her either. Anita, like I said, had a charm to her. She dressed in the traditional fashion of her home country, and sometimes that put people off a little bit. At least those who are a little bit more to the cloth and devoted to good morals.
Oh, I see.
I'm sure you can probably find a few people like that who didn't like her in that fashion. After all, she wore a beautiful flowing dress that maybe to some people showed off too much. She often liked wearing no shoes, if that's anything.
That just sounds uncomfortable, but to each their own.
Well, the cobblestones aren't too bad, and she says she had plenty of practice in her home country to not really feel pain from anything like stones and stuff.
Oh.
Apparently, from what she told me, if you, walk like enough on like bare ground and stuff, you can kind of start walking naturally, like instinctively, over things without really feeling it. Like your natural way of walking just changes.
Huh.
Apparently, people from Caesarea, especially southern Caesarea, had a pretty good habit of that. They called it impeccable balance. You know, like the Princess and Pea kind of thing. But more like the Princess and the Pebble.
This is not strange to Attie, who has paws.
Absolutely. One would say if they existed in this setting, halflings would be a great example. Leather feet.
Ah, a perfect idea. Let's get shoes for Attie.
No, you fool, you throw her off balance. It would take her so long to adjust.
But it'd
Oh.
be fun.
That was the awkward walk.
The awkward walk. Oh, right. For people who didn't like her, though. I know there was people spreading nasty rumors about her. I'm not sure who entirely started them, though. But some of those things definitely weren't true. It was probably one of the ladies jealous of her, most likely. If not, a few of them congregating. I know the clother that used to be friends with with Elizabeth. I think Dorothy ended up being around the harbor a bit, but I think they were more or less amiable. I couldn't really get a read on her. She seemed pretty nice, but I don't know. I can't really tell you much more, I think.
That's okay.
Beyond. Katarine was definitely the biggest issue. And Mattias was definitely an annoyance. Whatever ends up happening with people who don't like her, I think Anita would have known best. But I don't think she really tried to pay too much attention to it either.
Well, she sounded like a nice person.
She very much was. Before, I mean, I think I told you, but before her passing, she actually helped me a lot here. It's a bit selfish, but part of the reason why I became such good friends with her was because she ended up coming from the southern Caesarea. She ended up having a lot of fashion stuff that, because, you know, she's a weaver and she can spin, she was able to make fabrics and other things than just sails. Some of the children at the orphanage are refugees whose parents ended up not surviving the trip, trying to cross the border. That place is dangerous, especially if you're not accompanied by the Silver Flame or the Knights of the Silver Rose. There's plenty of people who try to cross it without that. It's a strict policy, but there's plenty of people who will. To get into the other parts of more western Rosemar. Oftentimes you have those who don't survive the trek because of the monsters in the mountains and such. But, I figured I would be able to at least give them a part of their home back to them if I could give them clothes, quilts, and such that were a bit more representative of their homeland. But it's like I said before, the church didn't like it. But we tend to keep it now a little bit more quiet. We might not be able to display it all the way, but it still is there. I don't blame them entirely, though I am upset at them for this. But sometimes people just can't accept, I guess, those who don't want to those who remind them of what they fear. Difference, I guess. But yeah. Kind of just like sits down, is like sitting down, like just straight as a board, just kind of like looking, going, just trying to figure out what else to say at this point.
Mm-hmm.
If there isn't anything else, then that's okay. You gave us plenty.
Okay.
Thank you.
I also heard David helped you a good bit too. I'm glad that we're able to help so much. If that's everything, then I've gotten everything put up for the night, and I'm sure Ramin's plenty finished with dishes at this point. So, feel free to see yourselves to your rooms if you wish to rest. Anytime.
Mm-hmm.
And breakfast will be ready at 6. So
Okay.
I'll
Alright.
see you for the night then. Good night.
Good night.
And you all take care.
Good night.
And she leaves the room. Things. Guess we'll have to figure out an itinerary for tomorrow then.
Yeah.
I imagine Luka and Elias have headed back to the King's Horse at this point, if not before.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you guys want to do, like specifically Chris, while you're there before you finish the night off?
Nothing off the top of my head.
Okay. We'll
If
say
anything, I was
Mhm.
debating if he's even there, but it's like, nah, it makes sense for him to be there.
at least for dinner, and then he goes back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I was just
Oh.
like, no, he's just vibing.
Just vibing. That's fair.
You get it all in.
I imagine whatever questions and things that were brought up that you might need to discuss with him, you can do it in the morning then.
Yeah. There wasn't
Oh.
too many in my head, because a lot of it is still pretty open.
Yeah, it's pretty much, I think, just checking to see if they recognized anyone or took note of
Yeah.
anyone that came there. You guys definitely have an itinerary for tomorrow, though. We'll have to compile that, especially for Snak.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 Like,
All right, good luck, guys.
This was a
Like,
very,
we have a lot, and at the same time, not a lot.
This was a
Like
very
I said, like I was telling you
information-dense
guys. Yeah, like I was telling you guys, you're kind of doing like a broad like sweep around. The moment you find a lead and start going into it, I feel like you were going to get a lot more. And you found a lead and you went into it, and now you got an entire like avenue of stuff to go through.
Yeah.
Yeah, the goal is to search for like stronger threads.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels like we got a few that could be.
Definitely now. You got a general direction, I think,
Hmm.
that has a lot of them. But I think with that said, we'll go ahead and end the night, as I'll go ahead and skip it over to the next day. And before we end this, we've got 2 inspiration recovered. Dimitri gets 1. Elias, who would you like to give your inspiration to, since you still have yours for the next day, as I'll long rest you guys as well?
I think if you're human, it automatically restores your inspiration during a long rest.
Oh, it didn't. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me unclick yours and see if it does then. Let's see. Out of curiosity. Rest? Long rest. Does it?
It does.
Ah, it does. Alright. Who would you like to give yours to, though, Elias? Attie and Luka don't have one at the moment.
Body.
Give it to Attie? Alrighty. We'll get that clicked on you.
Yay. Thank you.
Alright. And with that said, I say this is a pretty good point to stop, as we will start the second full day of the investigation next time. So you guys got plenty of leads to start going into. I've got plenty of things I need to finish importing.
Alrighty.
Right. With that said, though, yeah, it's definitely going. We'll go ahead and see you guys tomorrow for Nerd Dragonfall, and hopefully, without any more interruptions in a row, more Benighted next week.
Alrighty. So, have a wonderful, whenever you're watching this. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Boy.